All right. Hello, hello, hello. Just double checking, making sure all audio is going correctly. Hello, everyone. I am Raymond McNeil, the Celtic Phoenix, and joining me today, as always, is the wonderful Twilight Guardian.
Hello.
As well as the whimsical Kaiser Shonen.
See, all right, yeah, I'd say that's a bit better, more on brand this time.
It better
around.
be.
How
the
are y'all
other
doing?
The other one was acrid.
The fuck is acrid mean?
Acidic, biting.
Wait, didn't we use that one last year?
I don't make the rules about the generator. I try not to repeat it, but I can't control it.
Also, there are only so many descriptive words in the English language, even if we have a whole lot of them.
Yeah, eventually I'll have to start breaking into other languages. It'll be a great way for me to learn Japanese adjectives. But
just go full weeb with it.
But yes, hello everyone, and already starting off, we have some things to shout out. Celestial Warlock gifting 5 memberships, thank you. Dakota Miller, I want to momentarily thank you for encouraging me not to quit my fixings reimagining of Hazamamazu ni wa Iranai. Iraranai, that's it. I can't afford a trip to the tundra, but I do have this pigeon. Well, I'm glad I gave you the inspiration. I know that sounds like a wacky story. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavor on that. And Robert Glendining, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. Congratulations to everyone that caught in that collective 15 membership blast that just happened. Enjoy all of your custom emotes.
Somebody let freaking Dedarex know about
it. No, no one tell Dedarex about this. He hasn't gotten caught in one yet.
Aiden is asking me if I have played the Time Stranger demo. No, I have not. I have been in the editing dungeon because my client has given me a really big video to edit. It's 6 hours, guys.
Oh my god!
Kaiser show.
Yeah.
Who is she? Me?
She no, she told me about this last night. I was like, what?
Okay, Periodic Pete, I couldn't even finish this video. I wish you $5 and the best of luck accomplishing what I could not. It's a good one. Oh my god, Pete. And then also, the Orange Man sending 50 gifted memberships. Oh my god!
What in the fuck?
Congratulations to everyone that got caught in that, and he's going to tell me the number somewhere in here, how much he has towards the freaking
Redo a healer. He hasn't typed it yet.
Yeah, we'll wait for that. Maybe he'll wait for all the 50 memberships to go through.
Someone tell Derek so we can get one.
Nameless, I don't know where to fit this, but have you considered tackling the Anime Men's horrible first episode ranking video for a future Team Jack stream? I mentioned this. I thought it's on our list to cover. We just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah.
We had a lot.
Yeah.
I did not expect to actually get in touch with a guy from the Ruby Problems ranking video. So that was like a impromptu addition, and then we just kind of grabbed a serial navel gazer to cover the pro ZD situation.
And also just because the fact that like a lot of things sprang up from that whole fiasco, and the video itself is really, really long, so of course we don't want to cover the whole freaking thing.
Well, how long is the video?
I'm pretty sure it was like an hour because they're starting from like all the way in the 60s.
Well, we can do it in multiple parts. Like, there's no reason why we have to do the whole thing in one go. We've done it before where we've spent 2 weeks going through one video.
And I imagine our commentary will be less substantial the farther back because we're not as familiar with a lot of earlier anime.
Speak for yourself. I'm going to watch each and every single episode.
Oh my god. Okay. I mean, I guess that's another reason we want to prep, so it would give Twilight time to watch it. But between her editing and of course being able to play the Time Stranger demo.
Well, I was about to say, and these guys only cover the first episode of all of these shows anyway, so it's like.
Well, okay, but like even if they do, they can get things horribly, horribly wrong.
They can 100%.
Like the first episode of Ava is probably going to rank low for them, but it's an incredibly
No, dude, I watched somebody's reaction to it earlier today, and I think they gave the very first Astro Boy. They go from like ranks F to S, and they gave Astro Boy a D.
Why?
They said they said the animation was janky and it was boring.
I mean, I really hate it because they're going to only apply modern day standards.
That's what I was about to say.
It's where you get like into the 80s and 90s, where when you apply modern day standards, things are fucking amazing, and then you get to modern day and it's like, wow, where'd the sauce go?
But guess what? First anime that they from that list that they actually give S tier. From when I saw that reaction, anyway.
Was Solo Leveling?
No.
Leveling?
No, we didn't get that far. We got to Urusei Yatsura, apparently, the very first one.
Oh, is that the one with the tiger stripe girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're gooners.
People.
Yeah. They
people are asking me, what is the Digimon on my head today? It is Mitamamon.
Rival says, just checked in, the Anime Men video is around 28 minutes long. It's one of the tier lists of all time. Oh, well, never mind then. Maybe
it only feels like an hour.
Yeah, it only feels like an hour, guys. Also, they gave the first episode of Gundam a C rank, which is bullshit.
I don't have the highest opinion of OG Gundam, so...
well, of course. So that's your bias, not mine.
Not nameless. I have a couple of people to catch up. Sky Sledger says, if she's a Mirage, why can people interact with her? Good question. She doesn't actually exist. I'm kidding. Making sure I didn't miss anything here. Nameless
she's
says
real
they
to
gave
me.
Astro Boys an F because Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, they gave it an F, not a D. My mistake. That was.
Mike Celtic, my dude, that video is so bad. I put Inuyasha at D because they watched it in Spanish and mad about how they didn't understand what they were. I heard about that. They couldn't find the English dub of frickin' Inuyasha, so they watched the Spanish version and they docked it points for it being Spanish.
Okay, hang on. Let me just see something real fucking quick.
Sure.
I wonder if they were only going through legal means as opposed to sailing the high seas in any way, but I don't know. I wouldn't trust these guys having the intelligence to sail the high seas by the sound.
No, they most certainly don't.
Well, I was about to say...
Here's the thing. Even if you don't even have to sail the high seas. There are just websites out there that just exist. You don't have to like pirate it or anything. They're just there.
Well,
but
I mean, when I say pirate, I'm also referring to perfectly legal streaming sites.
Well, yeah, but like, there's also like, I don't know, there's places that you can still go online. I am pretty sure that you can just watch.
Also, Great Bar said earlier in chat, they put Ava in C tier and said it doesn't set up anything. That's a whole ass lie.
There are problems with the first episode of Evangelion. It does set up a fuck ton for the series.
Yeah.
It's hugely important. The biggest thing with it is we kind of needed a little more time with Shinji before the shit kicked off. That's really the leading complaint towards it. Great.
Hey, look.
Yeah. What?
Inuyasha English Season 1 Episode 1 on Amazon.
I was about to say, how the fuck would they not be able to find that on Crunchyroll? Like, what?
Well, to be fair, Crunchyroll isn't always great at preserving.
I mean, yes, of course, they're absolute dog shit, but like, they're usually at least semi-competent preserving the shit.
Well, I mean, how many Funimation properties haven't made it on there? because like
Watch Inuyasha in English on Hulu and Disney Plus.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so these guys are even more brain dead. Like it's
yeah. I can't even watch it because Canada doesn't get Hulu, but I can still find the site.
Didn't they give like Demon Slayer or Solo Leveling S? I honestly,
Solo Leveling a B. Guys, okay, first of all, if you want us to cover this video, stop spoiling the
Don't
scores.
spoil it.
I knew they gave Solo Leveling a higher rank than Evangelion. Look, that rank should only go to Sister Leveling. All right, we're all clear on this.
Yeah, 100%.
Somebody just give me the list of what anime they actually cover, and then I will watch the first episodes of each of them myself. And then when we finally cover the video, I will have something to say on them and whether or not like what they're saying is shit or not.
Are we watching the tourists? No, we are not. We're talking about them, but we're not covering them today. That's a far future coverage.
Yes.
To be fair, Demon Slayer genuinely deserves an A or B. It's simple but genuine and pretty. Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt there are anime that deserve it. I mean, My Hero Academia's first episode's pretty damned good. Admittedly, you need to pair it with its second episode to get the most benefit out of it, but it's still really good in its isolation.
Yeah, like there's also nothing wrong with ranking some first episodes as a two-parter as well. So like if there are anime out there that do have two-parters like My Hero Academia, then you should watch both of those episodes. Just in my opinion.
I'm betting that they didn't meet that criteria.
Oh no, I don't think so either because they're dumb.
I mean, they probably still ranked it relatively high because they have the recency bias of it. So
yes,
maybe, I don't know.
They didn't know that Goku had a tail. I'm more forgiving of stuff like that, because like, okay, first of all, every anime is someone's first. That's like a rule.
Sure.
Not everyone is going to know all the intricate details about Goku. Like, Goku has not had a tail longer than he ever had a tail at this rate.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
people being familiar only with tailless Goku, that's pretty fine.
Yeah.
They made the video as a bit. I mean, it doesn't excuse. I was only pretending to be retarded. For the record, I'm quoting a meme. I don't want people like saying that I use that word willy-nilly. Sky, they can find the Spanish dub at Inuyasha, but I can't find the Spanish mod for DMC Devil May Cry. Why are they allowed to enjoy the Spanish language? Okay, but why are you trying to find the Spanish mod for DMC Devil May Cry? That game is horrible.
Yeah.
Also, did you just say Inuyasha, Raymond? I'm disappointed in you.
Inuyasha. I say things quickly. I'm sorry.
A minor verbal mistake. I win.
No. The amount of people that I have heard in the last couple of years call Inuyasha Inuwasha is just astounding to me.
Welcome to Great Bar. Oh, Great Bar, you joined. Welcome to crew member.
Yeah.
Man, member for 1 month. You ready to review Redo of Healer? About to finish. We have our schedule set for the next few weeks. But we'll get to it once you finally. I mean, God, we still have in the editing room the Batwoman, the first Batwoman episode.
It's gonna take some time, so you just gotta.
It's gonna be fun. He gave me the rough cut. It looks really good, and I gave him a lot of suggestions for little skits he could do, and hopefully Zelkami delivers. I have faith in him. He does some really good work.
Yeah.
Didn't Go On have his tail in the beginning of DBZ? Yeah, but DBZ was like mid-90s, guys. That's
also,
like 30 years ago now.
Also, he lost it as soon as Goku died, so it's like, yeah. Spoilers, I guess. Goku dies.
Oh my God. So to give you an idea, we just got the Looney Tunes super chat coming through because of all of the memberships.
Oh my
Holy
God.
Shit.
That's fucking crazy.
That's great.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of activity this time around. But anyway, this video by what's this guy's name? Toon.
Toon.
Just Toon.
My name is generic.
My name is Vanilla, you know.
That's an insult to Vanilla. Vanilla's good.
God damn. Hey, we haven't seen this video yet. We don't know if it's bad. And this video is called How Not to Write a Female Villain.
Yes.
And they have Mirage on the thumbnail.
How did we come across this video?
I think somebody just recommended it to us.
Scott Hester, what's about redo of Healer? People are trying to pay us to do cover redo of Healer, and they are succeeding.
Yeah. Dakota is asking me, it's pronounced Inuyasha in Japan, right? No, that is not how Japanese pronunciation works. Japanese pronunciation is actually very restricted and limited. So the pronunciation would be Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because, you know, Inuyasha's a dog demon. Well, half dog demon anyway.
Yeah, it's Inu. Inu is the operative term there.
Inu.
Redo 864 out of 1000. Oh god.
He's committed to this bit. Oh fuck.
It's not a bit. He's seriously going to chain us to a fucking chair to watch this damn thing.
Oh, by the way, speaking of people being forced to watch things, how's Literature Devil doing with Ruby? Where's he at right now?
Yeah, I haven't been able to check in on him. Shiba Yasha.
Shiba Yasha. Nameless for $2 says, Toon, my name is not important.
Izanagi, I'm looking at the topic of this vid, and Mirage was a minor character mainly there to facilitate the plot. I thought, why the uproar? Well, that is what I'm curious about, because she's not a particularly complicated character, but she's not a bad one. I don't know why she's catching strays here.
Well, I also I don't know if like the full video is about Mirage, but at least from the start of the video, because I did watch up to where Pete said that he stopped. The 30 seconds. It seemed like it was just a general bitching about female Disney characters in general.
Interesting.
I guess in like recent times or something like that.
He's popping up light here on the right.
Oh no.
Looking at the two. All right. Well, Mirage is a spy, not a villain. No, she's an antagonist. She actually is a villain for the first half of the story.
Yeah.
She is complicit in the death of, like, what? Almost 100 people, probably, something like that.
Yeah, in like 14 superheroes, I believe.
At least dozens. Like we're at least in the dozens with the number of superheroes that ended up dying as a result of Syndrome's plan. And she was completely complicit in that and fully on board with him. And she only really started to second guess her allegiance to him when he was willing to kill children, right? That was the first real break. Like you can see it on her face that she's horrified by that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like that just created a spiral where she became more and more disillusioned with him and ended up helping out the heroes. Ugox, I get the feeling the thumbnail might be bait. We'll see. We'll see. If Pete couldn't make it through it, oh god. So yeah, let's dive into this. It was killing children and letting her nearly die to Mr. Incredible. Yes, that was the other important part. But you know, small steps. All right.
Yeah,
so,
getting her back nearly broken. Small step, you know.
Let us go into and see what this man is all about.
Woman wants the same, she's unstable, jealous, or just needs to be redeemed. Thanos wipes out half the universe, and we call him complex. Joker burns a city, and he's a misunderstood genius. But when a woman dares to be a villain,
who the fuck says
she has
that?
to be beautiful, broken, or dead within minutes. Welcome
Okay.
to...
What?
Whoa. Okay, so I mean, the one that comes to mind most readily is actually Akito from Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
about that.
Y'all, this vid's AI.
It seems like it probably is or something.
Look.
It has that similar format, but counterpoint, people are capable of this level of stupidity, okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's not discount that.
Okay, so this is roughly where I stopped watching when I just looked at it, but I do have a lot of things to say. And also, I find it really funny that Tatiana decided to come back and like start commenting on our MHA is sexist video that we did.
Wait, what? Did she?
Yeah. Just started like talking to me again about like complaining about the female characters in MHA and how they aren't like good enough for her and whatever. But like everything she is saying is so wishy-washy, so arbitrary. It's like, well, I just need them to be more, you know? I just need more of them. And I need them to be stronger. And it's like, okay, but like, what does that mean? Because the thing that I think that this video might be about, and what I find really frustrating about conversations about female characters is that no matter what, it is sexist in the way that we talk about them. And it's just really frustrating because a lot of people put female characters up on pedestals and say, if you don't reach this arbitrary mark, which you can never reach because I'm never going to define what it is, then the female character is going to be bad. It's not going to be enough.
Yeah, they always have to be representative of like the entire, you know, I was gonna say race of women, but you know what I mean, like the entire population,
the entire gender of women.
We have gone so deep into sexism, we have come out racist.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest fucking horseshoe to ever exist.
Like, look at what this guy has effectively said. Either the woman is beautiful, but if they're not beautiful, then they are something else, and that makes them terrible. But if they aren't either of those things, then they are this other thing, and that's also terrible. It's like, well, what do you want?
It's like the solution is donuts. Thank you, Billy Donuts. You're correct.
Yeah, the solution is donuts, 100%.
Like a woman apparently is not allowed to be beautiful, or else it is sexist. So you make them ugly, or at least not conventionally attractive, in order to make them a villain and to give more variety to character rosters and whatever. But that is still sexist somehow because they still have another negative trait about them.
Well, it's like they're a villain. They're supposed to have negative traits. What's the problem here?
Well, the problem is that they have a vag and the story sees them as bad, and we can't have that, Raymond, because if there's even a 1% chance that the woman can get pushed down the stairs, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. It's fucking stupid. I can't.
Okay.
That oddly specific example.
Okay, so they're using Marvel here up at the top to represent the men, and they're using specifically Disney cartoon women, except for Elphaba there down below.
Wait, where are you seeing this? Like, we might not be at the same aligned time code.
I'm at 24.
Animations.
There it is. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like a half second behind. It looked like. So yeah, Cruella, Ursula, Maleficent. Don't know.
It's Cruella, Ursula. It's the Snow White Evil Queen.
Right.
It's
the
evil mother from Tangled. I'm forgetting her name at the moment.
Yeah, Mother Gothel.
Gothel, yeah. And then there's
Maleficent.
Elphaba.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, it could be Maleficent, but I think it looks more like Elphaba.
Yeah.
Also,
but
why? Okay, he has Loki up there, and Loki is a complicated character that's not even always a villain, strictly speaking. He has Thanos up there, who is a complicated villain in one movie, and then a complete clown in another. And then He has the Red Skull.
The Red Skull?
Who is
Where's
literally
the Red
just
Skull complex?
like he's not super complex. He believes himself to be the pinnacle of human evolution and wants to basically like he wants to genocide humanity except for his perfect people. Like he is the he is the guy that is too extreme for the Nazis.
Yeah. Also, for the women, we have the majority of these characters being relatively old. I'm saying like old in terms of like from the
Disney
the classic through the Disney Renaissance. And then you have two characters from the recent modern era. One of them is live action. Yeah. And she's relatively complicated because she's not really a villain. It's her villain origin story.
Yeah, and Mother Gothel is relatively complex as well because, you know, it's sort of playing off of a similar thing that Ursula had going on with Ariel, but taken to an extreme with the fact that Gothel cares, at least in some way, about Rapunzel, but basically uses her magic hair to keep herself young and try to protect her from the outside world that she herself made dangerous because of her heinous actions of trying to, you know, maintain her youth.
Yeah. So I just find it really interesting that he's using the Disney cartoon villains for the women, but he's using live action, specifically Marvel characters, not even like purely Disney, but something that Disney has obtained through other means.
Yeah, but the worst part. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it's like, well, you're comparing against these characters, but this would be a different conversation if we compared it against, I don't know, Yellow Jacket. Anyone remember him? What about Kang?
I was about to say a majority. Oh my God, Kang! Fuck me. The majority of villains like literally everyone says this. The majority of villains in the MCU are just fucking dog shit or just one dimensional.
I mean, that was the biggest problem with stage 1. Then you get like there's a few that really come out on top, but it's like mostly in the middle of 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are very few of them that are like that.
Yeah, I just find it interesting that he's not trying to compare the Disney female villains to the Disney male villains in cartoon, like the cartoon movies.
Yeah.
Specifically, because it just feels it feels a bit disingenuous.
The fucking the king from not in Wish. He's apparently a fucking awful villain.
Yeah.
people think he's terribly written. So
yeah.
Like, why aren't we pulling him into? We'll see. We're only 24 seconds in, so maybe he.
I guess
maybe he does.
Double standard. Now, the truth is that female villains don't fail because they're bad characters. They fail because they were deliberately written to leave a sour note on our tongues. And the worst.
What?
That's why? Okay. So what you're saying is that you yourself personally are uncomfortable with watching them. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call in the business a skill issue. Like, what the fuck? So if they're not badly written, so then what's the problem?
Also, he's talking about the writing and animation, and yet his comparison for men were all from live action films. I am already like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
This part is, it could all be easily avoided. The most dangerous thing a female villain can do isn't murder, world domination, or even genocide. Because when a villainess steps into frame, an invisible timer activates.
What?
Okay.
What? Wait. No, keep it going.
I was gonna say. Well, I'm pausing to like kind of be careful of copyright a little bit.
Mind.
Also, genocide's pretty bad. Just putting it out there.
And there are female villains that do want to do that.
See, AI? I mean, what do you mean AI? Like, is the voice? What is it?
Maybe.
AI written? Because yeah, maybe.
Maybe the
Look,
script is a.
I could kind of see potentially where this guy might be going, because there is
Okay.
a big long precedent of how women are depicted in media for thousands of years, but I'm not even sure whether or not he is even going there. So we'll have to see.
All right, I've got my copyright screen up just in case.
Not counting down to her defeat, but to her inevitable neutering. You'll notice they all fit similar patterns, like not being allowed to stay evil or have a meaningful impact. And they weren't written like this by accident.
Wait.
So they're not allowed to remain evil or
they don't have a whole lot of impact.
Hela is directly responsible for the destruction of Asgard, which ends up becoming one of the most pivotal factors in Thanos' destruction of the rest of the population of the galaxy.
Well, hang on. We don't even know what he means by that when he says leaving a lasting impact. Does he mean leaving a lasting impact on the story, or does he mean leaving a lasting impact on the viewer?
From what he said earlier, my guess would probably be on the viewer.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
There's actually 4 tropes that kill
Whoa. Career woman must be evil, too pretty to be bad, motivation equals jealousy, redemption at all cost. What? Well, he's putting them up on screen, but he's trying to explain them as they're leaving us behind. So I'm going to scroll back and let him go. I just wanted to make sure we read that before he just zipped right past them.
Like not being allowed to stay evil or have a meaningful impact. And they weren't written like this by accident. There's actually 4 tropes that kill female villains before they're even shown on the screen for the first time. First, the career woman must be evil. The most dangerous thing a female villain can do isn't murder, world domination, or even genocide. It's being a woman with a LinkedIn profile.
So you just repeated yourself. So I'm hearing the AI people a little bit more here.
Yeah, dude, this video's a fucking joke already. Oh my god.
So can we go back to that 4-tier list, please, for just a sec?
Inevitable neutering. You'll notice they all fit similar patterns, like not being allowed to stay evil or have a meaningful impact. And they weren't written like this by accident. There's actually 4.
There we go. Okay, so the career woman must be evil. So first of all, like, there's a little bit of a precedence for that, especially like the early decades when women started to really come into the job market. But you could view that very cynically, or you could view that as like women are ambitious, and like these women in particular happen to be ambitious, and if you become a little bit too ambitious, you can start causing problems for other people. And that's no different from a career man who is a bit too ambitious. Yeah, I was about
to say, there are a lot of pretty much a majority of villains from Disney are men that are ambitious.
And there's also plenty of stories out there these days about women trying to, like, protagonist women making their way up a social hierarchy in some kind of corporate, in some kind of career. Like it's all over the place. So I'm already like, that's not true at all. Like like maybe at one point, but not anymore. Not since like the late 80s minimum.
Yeah,
probably.
Too pretty to be bad.
Yeah, too pretty to be bad. So there is a little bit of something to that, but that's just to attractiveness in general, because we do this with men too. If you are there is a thing that has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years of, if this person is attractive, then they must not be inherently bad. That is a thing in fairy tales, in folklore, in a lot of ancient stories, even into the modern day. There is a bias that if you are attractive, you have some inherent goodness in you. And I think that does speak a little bit to like religion as well, because there's a whole lot of like chicken soup for the soul stories and whatever, where you have like stories about how you are born a certain way because you have like inherent goodness in you and whatever.
Oh wait, I counter that because we also have the opposite of that in things. I mean, especially like horror media in particular is really good with this kind of stuff, where going right back to the classic Dracula, well, he had more of a hypnosis power going on. He is a handsome man that is often seen as a threat and a danger. He is the warning of the charlatan who will look good and come in and basically sweep people off their feet, extract them for all they're worth, and then leave them husks. Like, well, yeah, but you get that kind of stuff going on too.
That stuff comes about because of the too pretty to be evil bias that we have. Like, I guess people. Like, those stories come about because we inherently see attractive people as inherently good. So those stories are saying, hey, just because this guy is attractive doesn't mean that he's a good person.
The Orange
Which
Man,
is fair, but I'm not sure how often it is, resulted in like, I guess, well, I can't even say poorly written female character, because apparently we're not talking about poorly written characters right now. So what the fuck?
The Orange Man says, got to bounce, redo 923 out of 1,000.
Jesus
Sky Slasher
Christ.
and Nameless, I leave it up to the rest of you guys. Keep track until next week. Bye.
Damn, bro. Thanks a lot for the 50 dono.
Reminder,
man.
the way we're going to handle that is how we handled the Assassin anime and Babylon, which I believe Babylon is next week. I'll be watching it, and I'll be regaling these two here with the story in a play-by-play. Because God, I don't want to do a reaction series to that. I want to live.
Yeah, and also stay mods.
Yeah. But like also with Too Pretty to Be Bad, we also have the femme fatale. Like that is a famous villainous archetype for women. In fact, it's sometimes pigeonholing with women. So it's like, where's this going?
One of the oldest female tropes in fiction is the femme fatale, because the scariest thing to a man is an attractive woman. But yeah, moving on to motivation.
I feel like lions are pretty scary. I guess if it's a sexy lioness, you get like a furry getting scared of ants, you get qualify that. No, Nameless. My example of great female villain, Arachnid from Transformers Pride. Okay. An unrepentant monster who loves torture and murder. Oh,
I remember
lovely.
that.
Yeah.
So she's a spider. Okay, got it. But anyways, I remember that villain, and I can vouch for that. She was
motivation
pretty cool.
equals jealousy.
Yeah. So to be fair, jealousy is a very common trope in a lot of stories featuring women. One of the most common things in fairy tales, for instance, is look at Snow White. The evil queen is jealous of Snow White because of her beauty and also her age. So she punishes Snow White for being younger and hotter than her. And that is a very common thing in a lot of fairy tales too, but that does mostly stem from how women have been treated and their social standing in society for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. That women have had to view themselves and each other as, or had to view each other as potential rivals in order to keep their social standing. They had to be the most beautiful, be the best, or else they could lose all of their wealth and potentially their lives, because usually their options for jobs and stuff were fairly limited back then. Not that women weren't necessarily allowed to have jobs, but the jobs that you were allowed to have were like maybe 4. You were allowed to be a seamstress. You were allowed to be a prostitute. You were allowed to be an elevated prostitute. You were allowed to.
You were allowed to be an exclusive prostitute. There's a lot of prostitutes on this list.
Yeah, I was about to say, is the elevated prostitute
is you were allowed to be a courtesan, which is just a fancy word for prostitute for the higher ups in society.
So you're a fancy hoe. Got it.
Super chatted to make sure his super chat. Yeah, I missed it. His prior super chat said, "Is it going to be like when Jello called Oda sexist despite acknowledging Robin as the most interesting and important character for the plot in One Piece?" It's seeming that way.
I think it's even worse than that, because he doesn't even say that all of these things are bad writing choices. He's just saying that, it gives me a bad feeling in my Kokoro, so I'm going to make everybody else's problem.
Arachnid is spider themed. She turns into a helicopter for her ult mode. Her spider legs become helicopter blades. Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so like, going back to the motivation equals jealousy before we go on to redemption at all costs, like there is precedent for that, but that is not the only motivation that female characters are allowed to have. So, like,
not even in Disney. So,
yeah.
Well,
so like,
let's also get into like what are the common villain motivations just in general? You've got revenge, you've got ambition, you've got greed, you've got jealousy. What else? Like, I'm just trying to come up off the top of my head. What else could there be?
Basically list off all of the 7 deadly sins.
Essentially.
Yeah. I meant rebellion could be
rebellion, or it could be fanaticism for a cause, although I guess that might fit with ambition, but in a different way.
No, I could see that being its own separate category. It's a whereas ambition is selfish, zealotry is in a way selfless. It's a dedication towards a cause that doesn't strictly benefit.
Pride, yeah. There's also pride.
Yeah.
Reputation, that might go towards pride.
Yeah.
Social standing. Like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah. So it's like I can't think like I feel like, you know, you take 4 of these and apply them to women. Women have more villain archetypes than that. Like I just
way more.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what other wonderful examples this gentleman has for us.
Oh wait, what redemption at all costs? I kind of wonder what that even means. Like,
oh right, yeah.
I don't know either.
Who gets redeemed besides Emerald? From Ruby.
Is Hela redemption? I've not seen Thor Ragnarok, so
I don't remember her being redeemed at all. No.
Well, I mean, hers is like reclaiming her throne. So is that her redemption at all costs, or is that just ambition? Like, that's a complicated question. If that's the case.
Oh no, she dies. Oh, never mind then.
Ursula doesn't get redeemed. Cruella does not get redeemed. Mother Gothel does not get redeemed.
I would argue that Mirage doesn't get redeemed. Mirage helps out the heroes and escapes, but like, she is still on the hook. Like she has to go on the run. She's still liable for all the people that she ended up helping kill.
To having redemption as a very broad thing, I would still count that as a sort of redemption, to be fair.
Yeah, because like she is going back on their previous plans and shit.
You know, it's atonement. Yeah. Pulling some of that Endeavor wisdom.
Tropes that kill female villains before they're even shown on the screen for the first time. First, the career woman must be evil. The most dangerous thing a female villain can do isn't murder, world domination, or even genocide. It's being a woman with a LinkedIn profile. Enter Evelyn Deavor, Pixar's answer to...
Okay, guys. The story features Elastigirl as the main character, who was shown in the first movie to be a feminist.
Yeah.
Who is the villain for the second movie but a feminist? It's 2 feminists fighting against each other. What is wrong with that?
Yeah, the whole point of the movie
Elastigirl is also a career woman, but she is the main character. And it's seen as a good thing that she is being a career woman. It's just that this other career woman is a bad guy. It has nothing to do with her being inherently a career woman.
And not to mention, Evelyn, she's motivated by revenge, isn't she?
Yes, I believe
like her parents died, a hero didn't come save them, and she blamed the heroes. She blamed all heroes, and she wants to eliminate heroes as a result.
Yeah, because she believes that people rely on them too much, and that's why.
So she's got several layers of revenge, idealism, like which qualifies zealotry in certain ways.
Yeah.
Ambition. I mean, she actually already achieved the ambition goal. Like she has that.
Yeah.
So she's actually a pretty complicated. Like I know. Look, there's a lot of controversy over the writing of Incredibles 2, but like on the surface of what we're analyzing today, she's competent. She's actually pretty well written in those terms. Like, or at least she's pretty well conceptualized. I don't know where he's stabbing at this.
It's even worse because there's Edna Mode, who is a side character who helps out the cast, and she's a career woman just to a freaking T, and yet she's beloved by the story.
Yeah. So like it's one of the things that really frustrates me about talking about characters like this, or even just that movie in particular. And again, like there's more to Evelyn than just that, because there is also that element of sexism that she feels that she has been wronged by society because she is a woman. And so all of these things compound on top of each other in order to fuel her anger and her ambition to get revenge. So like she is a complicated character. It's just that people didn't like the fact that her motivation partially had to do with being a woman and being a second-class citizen of society in the 60s.
That's a great part. No, her father was killed because he tried to rely on heroes to save him. Instead of going to a safe room, she was a person who hate relying on others. Well, yeah,
like I said
that's
before.
What we're trying to elaborate is like she's got facets going on that are pretty strong.
Yeah, most of what I heard about why people dislike Evelyn. Sorry, I almost said Evelyn for fucking He-Man. Is because her character made very little sense and had like a few contradictions that were unnecessary or something like that. I wouldn't know because I haven't seen it, but that's the bulk of what people's issues are with the character. It has nothing to do with it.
That could be that could be a reason why a character is a villain in the first place, is because they do have contradictions. They have hypocrisies that they just ignore about themselves because they have like righteous indignation or whatever.
Yeah.
I understand that. I meant just like there whatever contradictions she's had is like, or inconsistencies or to the detriment of her character for some reason. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just again wouldn't know because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
What if a woman was too successful? She's smart, driven, and the head of a tech empire. Sounds like the setup for a powerful, ideologically driven antagonist, right?
And she was, kind of.
Because the moment
Okay, let's see what the
she steps on screen, she's less a villain and more a warning label. Ambitious, evil. Single, definitely evil. No kids, hit the pitchforks. She's not...
What the fuck?
Dude, no.
So is your issue that she's telegraphed as the villain? Like, because I mean, there is a conversation to be had about how villains are telegraphed in films where they're supposed to be a mystery. Like, you can have that conversation, but that's not a problem of her character, strictly speaking.
Have either of you watched the second movie?
Yeah, I have. It's been a really long time though.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too, but
But like I don't remember anyone talking about how her not having kids or whatever was pointed out in the movie or something like that.
That may have been mentioned. I don't remember that being brought up, but it could have been in like idle conversation or something. I could see some kind of conversation about that, but like I'm like, I gotta listen to that again. What the fuck?
She's less a villain and more a warning label.
Okay. That's what my brain was tickling at. Yeah, hey, you buddy, you want to know something about most villains? They're a cautionary tale. A lot of villains are warning labels. They are here to say, "Hey, look, if you fall to your more primal your more primal animal brain and give in to your desires on these certain levels and with these you can be motivated in any way to give in to dark sides of yourselves, and you shouldn't do that. Like, this is a bad person. Don't emulate them." And now we're contrasting them against a good person. Like that's typically the most common paradigm with heroes and villains. You can get more complicated villains, yes, but like not necessarily, you don't need it strictly speaking.
Yeah.
Ambitious, evil. Single, definitely evil. No kids, get the pitchforks. She's not just a...
Okay, but how many male characters are also all of those things, and yet we don't get on their asses about it?
The freaking brother.
Right?
I mean, the brother is the red herring antagonist. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure the brother isn't married or has kids, as far as we saw in the film. Anyway.
Also, just gonna put this out here, Toon. How do you know that she isn't single so that, she can do some weird stealing Helen from Bob thing in this film? I don't know. It could be lesbian empowerment. What? You don't know.
What?
We don't know until we see the rest of the fucking film.
Yeah, but Raymond, if she's confirmed as a lesbian, then that's also sexist because gay equals evil, remember?
Damn, we can't bear your gays anymore. Shake my head.
She's Hollywood's neon flashing beware the career woman sign. Now compare her with a girl, a loving mother, balancing domesticity with superheroics. She's celebrated, centered, and given real emotional depth. Evelyn, she's written like the antithesis of maternal warmth, cold, calculating, and obsessed with logic. Her motivation is simple. People rely too much on superheroes. A potentially fascinating idea, especially in a world where accountability is rarely discussed. But
No!
What?
Holy shit, no! Did you forget the first film? Oh my god!
The entire film is about accountability. What the fuck?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Superheroes were banned because so many people got into accidents as a result of superheroing, specifically from Bob, the main character. What?
Ooh, now I figured, like, I believe the AI thing after he repeated the exact same phrase verbatim in a completely isolated context as opposed to his...
Dog, I believe it now. This guy's a bot. I
believe he's just pulling AI scripts or whatever, but this is trash fire writing.
Yeah, dude.
You didn't save my life, you ruined my death. How can you forget such a great line?
Yes.
Oh God. And so maybe it's showing, like, in the contrast, the reason why Helen is a good person is because she's caring and loving. And you know who is also caring and loving? Her husband.
Yeah.
Who is a man who is also being forced in this film to fulfill the traditionally motherly role because the mother is going out to have a job, as opposed to him where he's at home doing things with his kids. Like I am my brain, it is pulsing.
Yeah. Not in a good way.
I think a lot of people have problems with looking and seeing patterns that don't necessarily exist. Because, yes, while there is a precedent for female characters in the past to be labeled as evil because they don't have children, because they want to be ambitious and career women, and, the whole evil feminist sort of thing. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that just because a woman is like that in media, that is the message that is being sent. inherently. Like, just because the pattern is there doesn't mean that the messaging also is.
Yeah.
You have to look at the wider context of what is going on in the movie and not just the individual elements, and then line them up to other individual elements that are supposed to be red flags.
Yeah.
You have to look at the entire context.
Yeah, if not, then that would actually be sexist. Because these things are multifaceted.
Titan points out, not to mention, Evelyn is a twist villain. Not that it's a bad thing, but the movie did not give us enough time for her to be a villain and explain her motivations well. I mean, I think that's like entering into a different conversation because this guy's just on the whole of it wrong.
Yeah.
He is like already associating that like we know she's a villain because of these three things, and it's like, no.
Yeah, did the story emphasize the fact that she's, single and not having kids as a villainous thing? If they didn't, then
if they didn't, I don't recall that being emphasized. Like,
honestly, here's my controversial opinion. I think that the reason why this actually, like, Evelyn actually works as a villain is because she was trying to manipulate Elastigirl, Helen, by becoming her friend and trying to subtly goad her into thinking the exact same way that she did.
Yeah. Like that is part of like the core concept of her as a character. Like that's fine. But this guy is fucking.
And also, Titan tagged me in chat. To answer your question, no. Okay, then who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Exploring it, the film flattens her into a mouthpiece with an evil TED Talk and a hypnosis gimmick. Even her reveal as the villain lacks weight. There's no sense of personal stakes, no true threat, and no emotional through line that ties her to the protagonist. She exists to fill.
What do you mean? They were gonna be like best friends.
Yeah, they were fucking business partners because
the
she
reason,
and her brother's company
to
help her be a superhero again.
Why the twist lacks impact is because her brother was too obvious as the red herring villain, and she was the only other prominent character that the villain could have been. The writing of the story basically outed her as the villain by positioning her in the story the way that it did. That is a problem with the film's writing on the whole, not strictly with her as a character. Like, that's a difference in her being woman with these traits, as opposed to just, well, this guy is obviously so cartoonishly villainous that he can't be the villain. And so who's left? Yeah. Oh, it's her over there. Okay, she's the villain. And then, no, it turns out she's the villain.
Oh my god! Anyway.
Oh my god.
This is an age-old problem for twist villains, by the way. This is not...
Sure.
It's not
especially Disney twist villains. No, people... Oh my god, you just opened my third eye. People hate the guy from Big Hero 6 because of this as well.
Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, the main antagonist from Big Hero 6.
People swear, and also that guy from fucking Frozen. People hate both of them.
Oh god, people despise.
It was a double feature.
I just love because of the controversy in Kingdom Hearts 3 where they had to change to fit the movie more, so they just threw fucking Hans in there at like the last minute, and you only get to see like the back of his character model the entire time. Yep.
That was his mistake. Yeah, that's stupid ass.
Oh.
Yokai, yes. Yeah, that guy from Big 06. Yep.
Smart woman gone bad checkbox and vanish when Elastigirl gets her groove back. Meanwhile, in the first movie, Syndrome, another tech genius with a personal grudge, gets a full backstory, a symbolic arc, and giant robots. He even gets something more that a female villain can't have, which I'll explain later.
I don't like saying I'll explain later. But also, if Evelyn had giant robots, would she be a better villain? What?
Like,
what do you mean? She is also a tech genius. She invented the hypno goggles. How? I do think that Buddy is a better written character than Evelyn. Mm-hmm. However, he's also simpler in terms of all these types of things. They were trying to do a more complicated character with Evelyn, and I can recognize that. I think they fell on their face in some places. I don't remember it as well enough to really go into detail on that. I just remember not liking her as much. But like they're different. It's not equivalent. You can't really compare the two on this level in specific. Like, it's not sexism. What the fuck?
Yeah. And like, it's even worse because the fact that he says, oh, she doesn't get a backstory, but her backstory is the exact same as her brother. If anything, that's one of the things that make her at least conceptually interesting, that we have two characters that both experience the same tragedy, but come away from it in two different ways.
Yeah. Silverhead Freak, Squeenix keeps Sora as away from the Frozen story as possible, and it's hilarious. God, I hate the Frozen world, but like that irony is just hilarious. I love it.
Oh yeah, like that is kind of the problem with how protective Disney was over the Frozen property, was that because nothing was allowed to change or be different in any kind of way, they really didn't have any room to put Sora anywhere. And they probably wouldn't have allowed him to be a part of the story in the first place. So like,
it's unfortunate because there's a lot of interesting potential, especially with like how Sora can contribute to Elsa's arc. You know,
well, the thing that pissed me the most off is it kind of nerfed Larxine's part of the story. Like, I wanted more from her, and then she shows up. Which will she choose? Light, darkness, and then she's just kind of. I don't even remember if she appears again.
No, well, she does, but
she does because she traps us in that ice mini castle.
I thought that was the same speech.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Yeah. I don't remember.
I thought she showed up like once and then just left.
Okay, to be fair to me, it's been like I think like 3 years since I played Kingdom Hearts 3. So
I guess we got to be careful because Zero he might be in chat at some point.
He's currently working on a new My Hero Academia fan art, so it's fine.
Okay.
On the other hand,
he
Evelyn
just messaged me.
Gets a pair of evil glasses. This isn't just
whoa,
lazy.
Okay, woman.
Syndrome, another tech genius with a personal grudge, gets a full backstory, a symbolic arc, and giant robots. He even gets something more that a female villain can't have, which I'll explain later. On the other hand, Evelyn just gets a pair of evil glasses. This isn't
a pair of evil glasses that lets her remotely control dozens of heroes, which she can use to create massive waves of destruction. She also gets like all the amenities of a multi-million-dollar company, maybe $1 billion company. I don't know what the monetary value is back in the 60s or whatever, but like she is hugely rich and influential.
Look how he is downplaying Evelyn as a character by how flippant he is with his language. Like, I could also downplay Syndrome and saying, well,
it's just a guy with a cape.
No, it's just a guy with a cape and a glorified plastic grabber.
Yeah,
dog. We just found the most sexist video of all time, and we didn't know it. Don't you love it, people?
Yeah, I don't think that he realizes how sexist he is being by saying that Syndrome has all of these tech stuff and he's so cool and he is so intelligent and he has all of these little toys and the toys are great.
The glazing is crazy.
Yeah, the glazing is great there. But then when it comes to Evelyn, she just has some dumb glasses.
It was Grok wrote this.
Plus Ultra King, funny how trying less made a good villain while trying more create a bad villain. That's not strictly the case.
No.
Just because he is a simpler character did not mean they tried any less with Syndrome. Basically, as a writer, you need to decide what level of depth you want to give a character and like what level of intricacy you feel that you're able to tackle. I'm currently playing through the original Halo, with the rebalanced mod. I highly recommend it, by the way. The rebalanced mod is awesome. But what I'm remembering is that Halo 1 is an incredibly simple story. It's not super complicated. And then Halo 2 is an insanely complicated story in terms of like just the sheer amount of characters, crossing motivations, changing allegiances. You get a whole bunch of shit going on. And I guarantee you the amount of work, I mean, I know Halo 2 was rushed to production. They like that game had to be scrapped and then rushed into full production in like 11 months. And they came out with one of the best science fiction stories of all time, in my humble opinion. That working hard, working less, it's really hard to judge that metric. They tried to do more with Evelyn. They may have fallen on their faces, and sometimes that happens to good writers.
Yeah, like, writing is a lot more wishy-washy and a lot more arbitrary than people think. Like, we have talked about like good character writing and bad character writing, but there is an element of luck that is put into that. And you can't always quantify what is guaranteed to be a good character and what is guaranteed to be a bad character. Like sometimes you can, but oftentimes you can't. There is just a level of you kind of have to hope and pray.
Jack Sparrow comes to mind.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean 1, fantastic character, infinitely amusing. Pirates of the Caribbean 2, still pretty amusing, but like the more that series went on, the more he wore out his welcome. He's no longer necessarily a bad character, but it's just it feels like the same thing over and over because he's static. There's a lot of different elements that go into it. He's still not a bad character, but they're not using him wisely. And that, they like just all those different small metrics go into whether or not we consider a character good.
Yeah. And personally, for me, I think with Jack Sparrow, they forgot that he wasn't meant to be the main character.
Yep.
So the main character was supposed to be Will and Elizabeth, and Jack was meant to be the glue that binds them together and makes it so that they can end up together in the end. But when movies 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 12 and 35 came out,
featuring Dante from Devil May Cry
and Knuckles.
Yeah, they forgot that. And now he is the main character. He is the main focal point of the story. He is now like an incredibly important character that just needs to be there. And we have to have all of the focus on him. When he's not built for that role. He is not built for main character status. He is a support role. That is where Jack Sparrow shines.
Him to be, or if they really wanted to make him shine as a main character, you gotta give him a little more to work with.
Now I'm just remembering because we mentioned it before. We're going through Yu Yu Hakusho right now, and I'm just like,
yes,
they're really trying to play up how important or interesting Yusuke is to the villains. And I'm like, I don't know. He's kind of gotten his ass kicked a lot, and it's just very lucky that his opponents just so happen to not be so strong as to completely wipe the floor with it. Because he went up against Toguro, like, is that right? Toguro, is that right?
Yeah, Toguro.
Yeah.
Toguro. If you went up against Toguro, like, right then...
No, not Toguro, Toguro.
Toguro would have just fucking cleaned his clock, like, if he actually went all out. And I'm like, what is so interesting? He could barely handle 30% of you. Like, how did you tell that he was going to become a badass? But that's neither here nor there. It's just like
we'll get to it. You have to unfortunately wait a month to get through the Dark Tournament arc.
Oh God. Mark Liu says sometimes you go for the HRTD but end up int. What?
I don't get it.
Human resources. Tape here dead. I don't know what you're trying to say. Well, I know int could be intelligence. You go for the home run touchdown, but end up getting intercepted. Oh, okay. So first of all, I don't know sports lingo. Second of all, I barely know sports, so no, I actually I do know.
Touchdown is what happens when you play tennis, right?
Oh,
moving on.
yes.
Just lazy writing. It's a pattern, because when women in media choose ambition over family, they're rarely shown as complex. They're shown as broken. And if she's not nurturing, then she'd better be punished. Evelyn Deavor never got the chance to be a true villain, because first, she had to prove she wasn't a bad woman. Second, too pretty.
What?
What does that even mean?
What?
I'm gonna use the restroom and try not to let my brain explode.
Yeah, sure. What? Dude, I'm not gonna pretend to take this shit seriously. This is a complete freaking joke.
Okay, so going back, so women are not allowed to be
Yeah, to recap.
women aren't allowed to be ambitious, or else they're considered not to be women. If they're not allowed to be not nurturing, or else they're considered to be bad people and like not a woman. I guess
that's totally a bad thing to have when you're writing a fucking villain. But anyway.
Yeah. So I kind of just wonder if he's like mixing up his messaging here of like saying like, oh, because this female character isn't nurturing and isn't like wanting to stay home in the kitchen and just like make sandwiches all day, then that makes them evil. It's like, I mean, yeah, that's what a villain is. That would be true if it was a male character as well. Like,
yeah,
male villains are evil because they also don't have positive masculine traits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, big one to go to. Male hero. It's a male villain. Okay, Syndrome. Syndrome doesn't have a sense of nobility or honor. He actively lies, misleads. Bob struggles with telling the truth to his family, and it leads to drastically bad consequences, and he has to atone for that, for lying to his family. I'm pulling this all from my ass, but like fucking hell, I can reach into anything, because like he also has no moral compunction. He is willing to kill innocents. And it's
and he sells weapons and all this stuff to all over the world in order to gain his wealth.
Which violence typically is associated with a masculine, is typically associated as a masculine trait, acts of violence, physical violence. And he is willing to use that in a offensive and destructive way, whereas Bob uses violence only in an irresponsible and helpful way. And in fact, like, there's the whole conflict of like, how far do you go in order trying to save someone that starts off the whole film?
Yeah. And when it comes to traits for female characters and being a bad female character or being a bad woman, which makes you a bad person, blah, 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 blah. Like, you have these good sides to femininity, and you also have bad sides to femininity, just like with masculinity as well. You can be a toxic woman, and there's nothing wrong necessarily with pointing that out. Mm-hmm. So when you have a character who feels wronged by society for being a woman, it resents the fact that she has to work twice as hard as her brother, for instance, in order to get to the top, and resents heroes for what they do and what they don't do and how society views them and all this kind of stuff. You have a woman who is more than just the toxic feminine sides of her, but that is also bad simply because you also have the toxic feminine aspects to her in the first place. What?
Yeah, My brain gave up on the
I'm
on
not
the
gonna
first
deny.
go.
I glazed over.
no, not in regards to what you said.
I was
to
trying
this
to
guy's
listen,
thought
but
process.
you're trying to unknot this guy's logic is just
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I'm genuinely trying to understand his point with everything that he is saying, but it is just by the face of it nonsensical that it is very hard to comprehend even when you try to untangle it.
Yeah, and if making a villain a bad person isn't on the table, then why is redemption at all costs bad?
Yeah. So like and again, like I think that there is a conversation to be said about how we view female characters and female archetypes in media, especially in light with how female characters have usually been overlooked or been flattened as characters throughout the decades, and how we struggle to understand what a well-written female character is, what a diversely intricate female character is. For some reason, humanity just struggles with a dynamic human woman.
Well, yeah, it's specifically just like people, writers nowadays, I guess, because it's like an overcorrection on issues of the past.
Now, dynamic alien women, we're actually really good at picturing those.
Yeah. Especially if they're aerodynamic, right? Because they usually float.
I mean, when it comes to fictional things, everything is typically seen as human. Like, we anthropomorphize things. So aliens, candlesticks, they're all human with quotation marks.
Have you guys seen the video where Shafrilla's, where he said Disney can't portray a villain becomes a villainous aside from a twist villains? Like he's saying there's too many twist villains in Disney. I remember seeing that.
I mean, I have seen that. Hold on. Have you seen that video where he said video can't portray a villain becomes villainous aside from twist villain? Oh, you mean like the rise, like a villain becoming a villain in the story, like a sort of origin story kind of thing, and then they become bad at the last act. I think that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Their Disney hasn't been able to pull that off as a character becoming a villain towards the end of the story.
Yeah, not for a long while.
I'm trying to think of any.
Well, I mean, it's not strictly Disney, but it is a property owned by Disney. But Square Enix did that with Dark Road when Xehanort.
Yeah. But that's like a dedicated story as opposed to, I mean, I guess, ideally, a story about the villain has the protagonist. I'm mincing my words. 1 minute.
Breathe. Take a second.
I was gonna say, Dark Road is a dedicated backstory for the main antagonist and his growth into the main antagonist, as opposed to a person who is a character in a story with a protagonist that this side character grows into the main antagonist by the end.
Yeah, like
I think there is a distinction, but you're not wrong. I'm just saying, I think there is kind of a distinction to be made.
I would say that Gaston probably counts, sorta. Like, he wasn't entirely antagonistic in the beginning of the movie, but as it goes on,
he was just a bit of a creeper.
Yeah, things get way more extreme. Oh, they tried
the
that
whole
with
point
Wish.
Is he's supposed to be the stereotypical hero. Like, that's the point of him.
Yeah, that's a contrast, and he's great, but these other ones are like,
totally Hades.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Hey, what? You just stun locked me for a second.
Shoryuken. Pixar had some good early twist villains like Monsters Inc. and Toy Story 2, but they also had another villain to fill the evil role at the beginning. True, a little bit. I don't know. Monsters Inc. is fine. I didn't find what's his
Waternoose.
name? Mr. Okay, what was
Yeah, Mr. Waternoose, right?
Waternoose. Yeah, I didn't find him particularly like compelling. He was more representative of the society than he was the character.
Well, like his whole thing was that he wanted to protect his family legacy with the company. Like his family had been running this company for generations, and he didn't want to be the generation where the company went under. So he was going to do whatever it took in order to keep the company afloat.
And there's also the element that, like, you know, you have the energy crisis with Screams just being compounded on that. So he sort of like meshes that together with him being morally righteous, actually, even though, you know, he
knows about the laughter, doesn't he? Or no,
he didn't know.
Okay.
Nobody knew about laughter.
Oh,
laughter was accidentally discovered, I think.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's learn how being pretty makes you evil.
Yeah.
Woo!
To be bad. Now, The Incredibles may be a masterpiece of animation, but even then, Disney couldn't resist Hollywood's most cynical formula for a female antagonist. Make her gorgeous, make her mysterious, make her meaningless. Mirage exemplifies the-
Wait, okay, 1 minute. First, I have to before you even get there, why did you use The Incredibles 2 to represent Incredibles 1?
Because they're bad at editing. Move.
Okay.
this problem perfectly. Elegant silver hair, a slinky silhouette, voice like velvet.
He's attracted to power. So
she's a femme fatale.
Yeah.
Every part of her design screams allure. The film codes her beauty as dangerous, the femme fatale in animated form. She doesn't throw punches.
What do you mean in animated form? She just is a femme fatale.
Yeah. We've had femme fatale. Fucking Meg from Hercules qualifies.
we see the femme fatale in their natural habitat in animated form.
Yes, I do love laminating my animation. I have all my laminated femme fatales up on my wall.
Holy shit.
What is the problem with her being a femme fatale? Also, she's not really meaningless because she does she is the main go-between between Syndrome and Mr. Incredible the entire film. She plays a very important role. She is also seducing Mr. Incredible back into the hero life when he really shouldn't be. She is fulfilling an important role for the story to even get going in the first place. How is that meaningless?
And then she also is the main component that helps them get to the attack site, get back to Metroville, and save it from the frickin' droid. Like, if without her, they wouldn't have been able to launch in time, and numerous people would have died by the time they got there. Maybe the entire city.
Yeah. So, like, what? Why is he saying that's meaningless? Just because she is pretty? Like, why is he ignoring
she's single,
her role?
Corporate, and has no kids. Evil! Even though she's not single. She's totally banging Buddy. We know this.
Yeah, she had a relationship with Syndrome, with Buddy. Like, that was the whole thing, was that she was doing this because they were a thing together. And she broke up with him when she learned that she was just as expendable as everything else.
She doesn't need to. Her power lies in how she moves, how she speaks, how she looks. Even her name tells you everything. Mirage, a trick of the eye, meant to be admired, never understood. At first,
but we do understand her.
And we understand Mirages too. But it's not that we don't when you see a Mirage, it to be seen but not understood. No. We know it's a trick of the eyes. We know it's either caused by heat stroke or some illusion based upon the heat and temperature. We have the science of mirages down. They're not understood. We know what they are.
Also, even if you didn't know scientifically what a mirage is, you still know that it's a trick of the eye because mirages, by definition, aren't something that is not understood. It's something that just isn't there to begin with.
Yeah. Member for 1 month, MG. Who even gives as much of a fuck about Mirage? Apparently this guy. I mean, I actually quite like Mirage. She's an interesting character. Like, in terms of, like, if you actually start digging into her, there's a little bit more meat to her bones than you would first expect for a character that has such limited screen time.
Yeah.
What's the name of the YouTuber
Sorry.
we're acting to again? Toon. Toon. XQC discovering what condensation is moment. Have you guys seen that clip? The man just has no concept of, like, water.
Oh my god. Yeah, I did see that. Not of my own free will, though. I watched that in another video.
Well, I was going to say, like, it came up otherwise. I don't know how that man lives.
Honestly,
She
yeah.
Plays the
But-
part perfectly.
Yeah, me, I'll what? You gonna say something?
I was going to try and, like, talk a little bit more about, like, Mirage and how this guy is just downplaying her role in the story in order to make his point, which is incredibly disingenuous and incredibly sexist. I hate this man.
Yes.
I hate his entire being. I hate his family. I hate his future generations. I hate everything about this man.
Twy, you pretend like this guy's getting laid. He makes AI videos on YouTube.
No, he can, like, just have there's such a thing as like sperm donations and stuff like that.
Twy, he is single, corporate, and has no children. He's evil.
That
Even
is
her
true.
name tells you everything. Mirage, a trick of the eye, meant to be admired, never understood. At first, she plays the part perfectly, calculated, seductive, and instrumental in luring superheroes to their deaths. She seems
Yes.
like Syndrome's
Yes.
equal, or at least his closest confidant. She
Closest confidant, yes. Equal, no. I never got the impression she was the equal to him.
No.
It always, like, she always played second fiddle to him, and that was sort of the implication. She's a Bond henchman. That's what she is. She's the elevated Bond henchman.
Yeah.
flirts with Mr. Incredible. She flirts with danger. There's even a flicker of romantic tension with Syndrome, suggesting she might be in this not for money or morals, but love. But then the illusion breaks. One scene flips her entire character. Mr. Incredible grabs her, threatens her, and Syndrome, the man she's been loyally helping, dismisses her life like it means nothing.
It'll be easy, like breaking a toothpick.
Suddenly, the story decides she's had enough. She switches sides, helps the heroes. Her redemption is quiet, unearned, and mostly off-screen.
No!
No.
Okay, first thing, it was when the children may have died that it really started to get to her initially. So that was the first crack in the armor. She has moral compunctions about that. Second, Kaiser, are you saying things?
Kaiser's been gone for a while. He said be right back.
All right, guys, I'm back with hot dogs. What I miss?
Man, you know, God is a terrible writer.
Wait, what?
I mean, how contrived was that, Twilight? God, what a hack! You gotta have Jesus review the scripts, man. You can't be making these mistakes, God.
I was wondering why you were going on when Kaiser wasn't here. You just forgot that he was gone.
No, I didn't. Where did he say that he was gone?
Yeah, I said that I'll be back in a minute.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Okay, but like, Kaiser's
it's because
gathering dark streaks from the Maverick mark.
Don't worry about it. You can watch the stream and find out what happens.
God damn it. Okay, sure.
But yeah, no, this guy just said that Mirage's turn is completely unearned.
Yeah, her turn is unearned because he is able to correctly tell us what is happening on screen, but because he doesn't actually comprehend the things that are happening on screen, he just says that her redemption and her turn towards not being a villain anymore happens off screen.
Actually, that's Robot Master Hot Dog Man. Someone, Dedorex is someone. If you're a fan art out there, drawing Kaiser as Hot Dog Man, please.
No.
Drives. Oh my god, an entire highway level dedicated around riding on the Wienermobile.
Oh yeah.
But more than that, it's inevitable, because her beauty disqualifies her from true villainy. She's too graceful, too poised, too elegant to really be bad.
No,
she just didn't like kids dying. What the fuck?
The thing that stopped her from being a true villain, whatever that fucking means in this case, is the fact that
bad, but whatever.
The fact that her boyfriend was worse and fucked her over. She's getting revenge on him.
And again, not wanting to be responsible for dead children.
To be fair, she didn't give up the ghost after the whole children thing. That wasn't the deal breaker. It pushed her towards deal breaking.
That is true.
But the ultimate deal breaker was the disqualification of her life as a valuable asset. Effectively.
Yeah.
She was not precious to him in the way that she thought that she was. And that was the ultimate breaking point for her, which is a selfish thing.
How dare she?
She is still, at the end of the story, a selfish person that probably has quite a bit to fucking sit on and think about.
Right.
But at the end of the day, she was absolutely, she absolutely liable for so many dead people, so many dead innocent people. She is still a villain by the end of the story, even though she turned on her former partner. She's actually an unresolved plot point. They could have picked that up in Incredibles 2 if they really wanted to. It would have been interesting to have her more present.
That would have been great.
Yeah. But
and in Hollywood logic, if a woman looks like that, she must have a heart of gold under all that satin and smolder. It's a trope.
No, just because she's not an irredeemable monster does not mean that she has a heart of gold. Those are two incredibly different things.
Yes.
Please,
I love how people that claim to be feminists tend to just bring down the complexities of women in media. It's great.
Yeah,
it's the greatest thing.
It's wonderful.
Remember, children dying, not a deal breaker. It pushed her close, but still not a deal breaker. It pissed her off. That's it. That's not a good person.
Notice it. The beautiful woman isn't allowed to stay evil because beauty is equated with goodness. There's always exceptions to this, but more often than not, if she's elegant, she falls short. Just like Queen Nerissa in Enchanted, a villain with Susan Sarandon's voice, stunning wardrobe, and a fabulous presence, but then, the first time she actually gets to be evil, she morphs into a dragon, erasing her human identity, and dies in 20 seconds flat. Beautiful character.
It has been a long time.
Erasing her human identity. Get the fuck out of here. I have not seen this movie in years.
I saw it. The last time I saw it was in theaters. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Isn't Enchanted a comedy? Yeah, there's also that. She's also an XP of the evil queen from Snow White. I thought she was actually more, because the dragon thing, I thought she was more Maleficent.
She's both.
Okay.
She is an XP of both the evil queen from Snow White, but also Maleficent. Because, her whole motivation for being evil is entirely evil queen from Snow White, but she turns into a dragon like Maleficent.
Okay.
Characters don't truly get to become a villainess. They're there just to be a pretty face to draw a crowd. Studios want the aesthetic of
why are you using
What?
why are you using
Mystique.
Yeah, what the
Mystique?
fuck?
Yeah.
Mystique's not a well. She can be well. Okay. She is a villain in the first two, actually, and then in the third one, she stays a villain through the entire original trilogy.
Well, yeah, but he's specifically using first class.
Yeah.
Which she is not a villain, and that is like her villain origin story, but we see the reasons why she becomes a villain are very complex, because she feels like it's not fair that she has to hide and not be her true authentic self, and nobody in her life who she cares about, not her pseudo brother that she has romantic feelings for, not her pseudo boyfriend whom she has romantic feelings for. None of them respect her for who she is or understands the things that she struggles with. And therefore she goes and starts being with people who do understand her on her level.
Yeah.
How is that not complex? How is that not interesting? How is that not intimidating or scary,
especially
or anything else?
Yeah, she grows it. Oh my god, we were asking this question about villains that became villains at the end of the story. That's a great example of it. She didn't start out that way.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Her and Magneto were both protagonists during First Class, and they end up becoming the main antagonist at the end of the film.
Yes.
That's a terrible example.
By the way, I saw that movie in theaters when it first came out.
Average Panda. You didn't know that there was like some pseudo romantic thing going on between her and Charles when she literally asked him, "Hey, would you date me?"
Yeah. I forgot she said that to me. That was kind of out of pocket, yeah.
Oh, to be fair, what's that actor? I'd be tempted to ask him that too. All right, so let's see.
Beautiful characters don't truly get to become a villainess. They're there just to be a pretty face to draw a crowd. Studios want the aesthetic of dangerous women without the actual danger. This is why almost all female villains end up the same. You thought looks were the only thing that matter? You'll soon learn that it's not just what you see. Even the things that...
All of these women are very diverse.
Yeah. What?
Like, you've got the spindly twig of Cruella de Vil. You've got the portly, like, witchy vibe going on with Ursula. She's also a fucking octopus. So, I mean, you got that going on that's pretty different. She's also
And she's not conventionally attractive.
She's not. But trust me, as I've learned because I've been playing Rule 34 Wordle,
oh my God.
she has her fans. All right?
She does.
She brings all the gooners to the yard, as it were.
I did follow a Kingdom Hearts Union Cross Let's Player who was a big fan of Ursula.
So much interest in getting Aki from Street Fighter. But yeah, I'm just like going down. Like the two most similar are probably the Evil Queen and Mother Gothel, but like they are radically different characters.
Yeah, especially Gothel, who at least in the beginning of the film has a much more like nurturing vibe, which fits with the mystique of like, you know, her eventually betraying Rapunzel and the secret coming out.
Well, man, Gothel could be seen as like a further refinement. Like, I mean, I know they look different and they have similar motives, but she's like a further refinement because you have this motherly edge to her that's more complicated.
Yeah, like the whole thing that makes Mother Gothel particularly good as a villain is because she is the corruption of womanhood. She is she takes what we value in women usually and as society, just being humans in general as as a communal species. And she twists it and she turns it into something that is evil and something that is harmful. That is what makes Mother Gothel a powerful villain.
Yeah.
They hide deep down are basically replicated, just like the downfall in the third trope. Male villains get to chase power, revenge, ideology, sometimes even justice
So did Evelyn!
twisted beyond recognition. Female villains, 9 times out of 10, they're just insecure.
Dude, Jafar! Let me tell y'all about Jafar.
He is the most insecure
Jafar-
motherfucker.
He was so pressed that he was not the leader because he saw the Sultan, Jasmine's dad, as a buffoon compared to him and his magic and his talents. What the fuck are you talking about?
Also, Scar.
Scar, yeah.
Scar is jealous.
He's the runt.
because he's insecure. He's not as masculine, as strong, as
Yep.
as
Mufasa.
powerful as Mufasa.
Mufasa, what?
I said Mufasa.
My
Okay, I
brain
heard
keeps
Mufasa,
going
my
back
bad.
to the fucking main antagonist of Double Indemnity, who is the wife that convinces I think it's a private detective, or he's an insurance salesman, convinces him to murder her husband in order to collect on his insurance payout. She is ambitious, manipulative. There's not an insecure thing about her. She plays insecure in order to gain his sympathy, but she's like the stereotypical femme fatale. And at the end of the story, she almost gets away with it. She is cold-hearted and almost, like, I would say pretty damn evil. Like,
What about Frollo? Oh my god, Frollo is yeah. He's definitely insecure.
Frollo
Like,
is very
that's
insecure because because he's not allowed to be a normal man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
he is a man conflicted between his religious piety and his horny. Like,
Yeah.
he is the original
He
closeted gooner.
Yeah, he is repressed, and that fucked him up mentally.
Nameless
And
says,
racist.
"Oh, she's a femme fatale." Yes.
Yeah.
And also redo 935. It's coming
Oh
closer.
my god. Also, I almost forgot. Hades is definitely insecure about him and Zeus. Like,
Oh,
that's
hang
an
on.
obvious one.
Is the Orange Man counting each and every single time that we get a super chat as towards redo?
No. It's specifically him, Nameless, and I think Sky Slasher now.
Sky Slash.
Okay.
They're all in on it together. They're collaborating.
Yeah.
They're conspiring. You conspire against me.
Okay.
to make us
okay.
watch cringe.
Nameless says, "Damn it, you said the thing just as I posted it." Ugox, didn't this video start with those things being bad in female villains, but male villains get to be those is a bad thing
Yeah.
now? What? Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so. This.
I
script-
am so confused.
This is what I said at the very beginning of the stream, where women aren't allowed to be anything. No matter what you do with a female character, it is never good enough. It is somehow always bad. No matter what you do with them, it is never enough. It is this strange, twisted mindset that women have to be such mythical creatures that no matter what you do with them, it is never going to be enough. It is never going to be good. It is always going to be bad. There is always going to be something wrong with these female characters that makes them not enough, and therefore you are a terrible person. And that is what I can't stand about discourse about female characters.
You know, this man probably
mean,
thinks
even-
Keiko is a well-written character.
Possibly. I don't know.
She doesn't do anything. She can't be blamed. There.
Well, no, she's also a bad character because she also doesn't do anything. Therefore, she doesn't have a lot of screen time. Because that was one of the complaints that Tatiana had, was that none of the female characters had enough screen time. Not even Ochako, who is one of the main characters.
I thought you said Keiko from like a different show, but Keigo from Class 1B, right?
No, I said Keiko from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind then.
You know, the main romantic interest that's literally just there to stare and be in trouble occasionally.
Yep. Occasionally she gets to do something like run away. Maybe if she's lucky, one time she gets to pick up an object and throw it.
It comes from a strange desire to be progressive while simultaneously believing we're not progressive enough, downplaying all the progress we've made so far. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Granted.
We have to go back to, like, Sarah Connor and fucking Ripley from Alien for, like, really good female protagonists. I mean, we have a lot of them now, but it's just, like, they're the most easily gone to, and those were, like, 50 years ago at this rate.
40. Don't put them in the 70s.
Alien 1 was 79.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Although you're right that I believe Terminator was 82? It might have been 89, actually. Oh, well, anyway.
Mother
I was about to say, that
from
movie's
Tangled.
very 80s.
She kidnaps a child, locks her in a tower, gaslights her for nearly 2 decades, and emotionally manipulates her into fearing the outside world.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
isn't
like a
just
villain.
Villainy. It's psychological warfare. And yet,
Whoa. Wait.
2 decades and emotionally manipulates her into fearing the outside world. This isn't just villainy. It's psychological warfare.
That can be part of villainy. Why are you separating the two like they're different?
Give up.
Twice.
Just give up. Just give it up. Just give
Twilight
it up.
has blue screened. Twilight, everyone get your blue screen emotes out for her. We actually have that.
Oh my god.
I was trying to say I want to be fair to this guy, but like knowing how disingenuous he's being, I just could not say it correctly. Jesus Christ.
There we go. The blue screens are showing up.
Yeah. But like I want to say he's trying to be fair and saying like, oh, she's a good villainous character because she not only gets to be just villainous, but she gets to be malicious too. But I know for a fact, because he said this earlier, that if she gets to be more than just plain Saturday morning cartoon wahaha villainous, then that means that she is particularly evil and bad because it leaves a sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
And yet, what drives all of this? Not greed, not vengeance, just wrinkles? That's it. Her entire...
Vanity! Vanity! Like
Vanity,
her and the wicked stepmother, the evil queen from Snow White, they are supposed to be the toxic side of femininity, in that desiring to always be youthful, pretty, and desirable is not how you should age gracefully. There is something to, you don't steal that from the youth. You don't constantly, like, there is a way to age gracefully, and constantly being jealous over the beauty of youth is unhealthy and self-destructive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Oh, go ahead. You finish your point, and I'll say.
I was just gonna say very quickly, like, women can be like this in real life. Like, there is a reason why wrinkle cream and anti-aging cream is such a big industry in cosmetics, because women can be like this.
Yeah, but like, most importantly, all that aside, we're 7 minutes in. I'm gonna be honest, dude. This is how you say you hate women without saying it. Like, I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. Like, okay, they should be bad, but they can't be too bad. They can't be driven by these things, even though real women are driven by these things. But let's forget about that. But if you're gonna do this, you gotta do it this way. Like, we're in a freaking what's that game? We're playing Jenga with how to create this fucking perfect female villain. And by the way, this guy has like, I don't know if it's a follow-up video, it probably is, where it says how to write female villains.
Oh Christ! All right, well, put that on the list, I guess.
Yeah. So like, I don't even know if this is bad. If Mother Gothel is a problem,
Maybe we should actually do those back to back at some point and just be like, well, here's you making that point in this video and saying it's bad, and now you're making that point in this video and saying it's good.
I mean, we can probably push off Babylon another week.
No. I mean, I don't
want to do that.
To be fair, Babylon apparently has one of the worst female.
Oh yeah,
ever.
true.
So this is perfectly in theme.
Because we're
well, to be
sexist,
fair to
you see.
him, he makes it very difficult. I don't remember what you're referring to now.
Well, I think that's me trying to say be
Yeah.
fair to him. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he does make it very difficult to try to be fair to him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Her scheme, every ounce of cruelty, is to keep her skin from aging. The movie plays it for
That's
drama and laughs, but
It's to keep her from aging, not just her skin. The skin is the surface level of it, but it is more about the vanity of eternal youth, which is something that all humans struggle with.
Yeah, like, you know what happens when she wasn't able to get what she wants at the end of the film?
She
She's
turns to
lived
dust.
So long. She turns to freaking dust and dies because she's lived so actually that long.
think about what it's really saying. A woman's fear of losing her beauty makes her capable of monstrosity, not because she's evil, but because she's vain. Now, rewind to the evil queen.
Wait a second.
But
So the
vanity
problem
is
is-
evil.
So you just have an issue with these chicks having motivations then?
Oh
you
my
just
God,
hate
you might have cracked
you
it.
hate women with motivations.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
Also, Orange Man, thank you for gifting 20 memberships.
Did you get it, Derex? I see you, buddy. Hold on.
Dederex, you gotta draw Kaiser as Hot Dog Man, the Mega Man villain, Hot Dog Man.
Oh my god. Why? Why are we going back?
Because I want someone to draw Hot Dog Man, and I want to put your little glasses on him. I wonder how close we are. That's like $40. So,
No, White.
I'm pretty
She
sure
doesn't-
he wants to finish it by the end of the stream, to be honest with you.
Robert Glendinning, he's not being one-upped here. He's also gifting 10 memberships himself. My God. Oh my God, guys. Thank you.
Capable of monstrosity, not because she's evil, but because she's vain. Now, rewind to the evil queen in Snow White. She doesn't try to steal the throne. She doesn't even want Snow White dead for political reasons. She
Well,
wants
no,
her
she doesn't have to
dead-
try to steal the throne. She already has the throne.
She is the queen. What?
because a mirror said someone else was prettier. She's a literal queen. She has magic, influence, power, and her plan is to poison a teenager over a bad Yelp review from a piece of talking glass.
A tween. She's 13.
Yeah. It's a magic piece of talking glass that presumably can omnipotently tell you who is the fairest of them all. And
Yes.
it's her. And fair has unlike the new film, which apparently tries to redefine what fair means,
Yes.
fair has multiple different meanings. And it has a wide variety of them in relation to the original Snow White. She is pure of heart. She is kind and loving, and her beauty is an expression of that. It's like
Yes.
how it's
whole
one of the
point-
simplest stories on the fucking planet. How do people miss this shit?
Because they're dumb, Raymond. That's why. Like,
Because
Snow White
they're
is 13,
stupid.
yes, and I know what's on your hard drive, so you better get careful. You better
Oh my
fast erasing it, all right?
Technically, in the original story, she was 8 years old.
What?
Yeah.
I almost spat out my drink. What?
Yeah, in the original story, she's like 7 or 8 years old. She's just she's just a little child. Like,
Didn't know that.
people don't realize that in the original Disney movie, for the original Disney adaptation, I should say, of Snow White, that the whole point is that Snow White is beautiful both on the inside and on the outside. But the symbology of the evil queen was that she was beautiful on the outside only, and that she died ugly on the outside to reflect what was on the inside.
Yup. It's as straightforward gets.
Yes.
By the way, this is based on a storybook made for children, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
It's very simple.
This is a storybook for children, and he doesn't get it.
This isn't complexity, it's caricature. The pattern is painfully clear. Female villains aren't allowed ambition unless it's rooted in appearance. They don't seek control, they seek compliments.
But you literally just whined and complained about Evelyn.
Yes!
She sheds her beauty in order to kill Snow White. Like, that is a factor in this. She doesn't return to looking as beautifully adult as she is. She turns into grandma with a fucking, like, leprosy, all right?
Yeah. She gets crushed by a rock. So we all know that by D&D rules, you know, she's extra vulnerable, so double damage.
Yeah. Oh my god! Dead.
Oh, what? Did he finally do it?
She did it.
Oh my god.
That is way different than I thought it would look.
Are we allowed to show that on stream?
I don't know.
hold on,
We'll
what?
see.
What the fuck, man? Okay. What?
Hey, one moment.
You might wanna change the angle there.
He knows what he was doing.
He definitely does.
You see, I thought it was going to be like one of those hot dog costumes that people wear. But, you know, you opted for an alternate route, and I can't say I'm disappointed.
There are no accidents.
There are no accidents, bossing say.
Oh my god.
What's worse is I'm eating hot dogs right now. Oh. Have one on Kaiser.
See, we're in this. You folks really hate a pompadour. Look.
I gotta say
that
that was very inventive. The pompadour hot dog. That
was pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of what's his name, Searchman from Bow Network 4, I believe.
You're asking the wrong person. I haven't played a Mega Man game in forever.
Well, not everything's about you, Raymond.
For shame, Raymond. How could you?
For shame. Anyway.
Failure, they fear being less than another woman. And it's not just lazy writing, it's damaging, because it reinforces the idea that women can't coexist without rivalry, that femininity is fragile, competitive, and shallow by default.
Hades isn't an ambition. You could say the same thing about ambition.
And the problem here is, but this does happen. This is supposed to show the negative aspects of traditional feminine role. Like that's like the entire idea behind it. It is a reflection of our society and the worst elements of it, while the hero represents the best elements of it. Snow White represents motherliness, kindness, compassion. Like there's a lot of different.
Also, okay, I was right. Thank you, Isa. Thank you.
Like, I can understand the frustration here because, yes, it does get very tiring to see the same thing over and over and over again. That the main aspect of what makes a female villain villainous or a female antagonist an antagonist in a story is specifically jealousy and competing against another woman. I can get how tiring that can be, especially when the majority of male antagonists or villainous characters are not competing necessarily with the main protagonists of the story. But again, this happens in real life. It is, like Raymond said, a reflection of reality, of society as it is. And yeah, could we make stories with female villains who are not competing? Yes, and we do, and we have. You are literally comparing a story that was written a story that was animated nearly 100 years ago and bitching that it is still happening now. But you are not using modern day examples of that.
Yeah, going back to Evelyn. Evelyn wasn't competing with anybody, but apparently that's not good enough.
Yeah, no. Like, her whole thing was that she was befriending Helen, not competing against her.
She wanted an ally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She wanted to be the bestie friends.
Yep.
It's like, you're complaining, like, you need to choose what your video is about in terms of, are you trying to talk about the mechanics of writing a villain, as in the execution, in which case you're doing a shit job, or are you trying to talk about the overusage of a very popular trope, in which case you're also doing a shit job.
And no, not only are you doing a shit job, also get over it. I'm so sick and fucking tired. Stop. Just say, listen, there are so many movies nowadays, all of which with differing villains and protagonists of differing motivations and shit like that. If you haven't found the movie that's for you, it's out there. Just look a little bit harder. It is not that fucking hard. I am sick and tired of people in media discussion just inventing problems that don't fucking exist and could only be solved by a simple fucking Google search. Get over yourself.
I wonder if we could go through and like just pull up every single female villain we can possibly find and then go through and then just find something that we'll call sexist about them.
Yeah.
Like
I said,
Olympics.
Like I said, there's literally no way that a woman could exist without it being sexist in some people's eyes, because there's always going to be something that is the matter with them.
I'm
sick of it.
Exactly. This is why I said they hate women without saying.
Tyler Preston says Patrick Bateman is both insecure and has vanity. That is correct. Then that's a man is fighting shadows here. The man is the shadow.
Yeah, he is the shadow. Like,
and not the one that knows what lurks in the hearts of men. Not that shadow.
I was just about to say, like, not that shadow. Yeah. That shadow is good.
Yeah, that shadow's dope.
Yeah,
he has pistols.
Also, I'm just looking at silver-haired freaks art in the tundra.
Oh, we have more art?
Yeah, we have more art. That was more or less.
That was exactly what I was thinking.
That's great.
They got both the Robot Master and me. That's awesome, dude.
People keep tagging Celestial Clock Warlock.
Wait, what?
Oh, Deterex had tagged Celestial Warlock instead of you, Raymond.
Oh, oops. I was wondering why people weren't, like, I wasn't getting the tag notifications normally.
Yeah, and then it happened again, but then he fixed it to tag you instead.
These are excellent.
They're great.
Yeah. Just going classic style.
Being
I'm gonna send these to
outshined
Kelsey.
is something
Yeah,
to be
she'd love it.
feared so deeply it justifies cruelty. Meanwhile, male villains are praised for being tragic or nuanced, even when their motives are
What?
just as...
Jafar is not nuanced.
Jafar is not nuanced.
Okay, again,
Get it.
right, again,
Fuck outta here.
this video is made by a bot because there is no fucking way that you could say that while having Jafar and his snaky ass on screen right now.
Iago is more complex than fucking Jafar.
Yeah.
And he's a bird. Speaking as a
Yeah,
bird.
bird
Don't worry,
rights
I'm
matter.
allowed to use that. All right, it's our word. Anyway.
Okay. All right, gotcha.
The Orange Man, redo a wheeler, $988. You went exactly up to the edge. Orange Man out here edging us on redo a wheeler.
Why did you say that?
I'm not saying it's a good thing.
You didn't have to say it at all.
I told you he
Syndrome.
really wants to finish today.
God, it's-
Okay.
You paused
All right,
intentionally.
well,
Anyway.
we're done.
Wants revenge because Mr. Incredible brushed him off as a kid. Scar kills Mufasa because he's jealous of his brother's spotlight. But nobody
Yeah,
calls
but him
That's
being,
a good thing
but-
for him,
wait.
but a bad thing for a female character, right?
dude, holy shit. Okay, guy, all right. All right, number one, you gotta be honest. It's either one of two things. Number one, Grok made this. And number two, you just went through too many bad breakups.
Okay, they're not mutually exclusive, but I will say, on behalf of the AI community, which I'm not even a part of, I feel like this is insulting to AIs. This feels like
True.
especially bad.
Yeah, Grok is smarter than that. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I should give him more
Guys,
credit.
it's been a while, but welcome back, Sarek Artman. Watch Bloom's video. This joke
Oh, yeah,
makes sense
one
in
of these.
context. Orange, add this to the pile. That gets you guys over the edge.
Uh-oh. Now they have to go and make us suffer a different thing.
I mean,
Damn.
we only got 3 Batwomen in. You could always do more.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Can always be more, yeah.
them shallow. They're called iconic, and to be fair, the Evil Queen is also iconic. But if
Yes.
she'd be written
Yes?
today, I think she'd get a lot more critique. In the end,
Not
No.
really. The one
No.
that they tried to make now was worse.
Like the Evil Queen already gets critique simply because she is considered a really simplistic villain, but so do a lot of Disney villains. They get critiqued because they are simplistic, because there isn't really much to them. Like, it's a lot of people who just are completely brain dead when it comes to wanting to criticize Disney, because what they want to do is criticize Disney as a company, but the only thing that they understand about Disney is the shows that they watched 20 or 30 years ago when they were kids, still in diapers, and they haven't watched it since.
And also just like projecting societal standards onto the movies when that doesn't really need to apply.
Well,
That
also
they don't understand society.
societal standards for a show, like modern societal standards for a movie that came out 80 to 90 years ago.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not going to
pretty
happen.
wild.
You
No.
can't even put societal standards on a movie that came out 40 years ago, because society has changed since then. The big ass video that I am currently editing for my client, that book series came out in 2009, and she has been bitching about how much society has changed since 2009 as opposed to now.
What's interesting to me is that you have antagonists, say like Lady Macbeth from Macbeth, aka Shakespeare, some of the oldest storytelling that we have access to in the English language. And
Yeah.
it manages to nail a lot of the elements of like a good female villain because she is just a good character. I don't even like Macbeth. I don't even like that play. But my God, I'm just fucking hell, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
One thing that people seem to struggle with for some goddamn reason is that they don't understand that female characters need to be characters first.
Yes.
Like it again, it's the thing that
genitalia are not a personality.
Yeah. In either direction. In any direction that you can possibly fathom. Yeah. But like because I went off on Tatiana when they sent me that thing with My Hero Academia, and I just sent them like a big long fucking rant. But it was mainly about how you have these double standards for female characters, and how it's so frustrating that no matter what, they're never enough. You only want a prop. You don't want a character. You want Ochako to be Mirko. You want Ochako to be Izuku, where she has like 60% of the show's runtime is just Ochako on screen. When she is Mirko, you want her to not have any kind of romance in her story. You want her to be a strong, badass female character who don't need no man, girl bossing it all over the place.
Of course not. They don't think more than one step ahead because they don't know what they want truly. What they want isn't for Ochako to be a better character. What they want is to forget about all the cringe shit that the shonen did in the early 2000s. But we're not in the early 2000s anymore. It's time to get over it.
Yeah. Well, like this person, there were technically two different accounts. I'm not sure if it was if they were both the same person, and she just forgot to log into her account or whatever. I'm suspecting that might be what it was. But like she's saying like, oh well, I don't want to watch shoujo because shoujo is the demographic for girls. It's supposed to be where the female characters are in the spotlight, and that's because shoujo is all about romance. But she also doesn't want to watch Sailor Moon because it's too old and it's not interesting enough. And she doesn't like Legend of Korra because it's I don't actually know why, because she didn't explain why. And she doesn't like this other female-led show because of this reason or that reason. And it's just like, what do you want then? Because it doesn't seem like you actually want anything. You just want something that is completely unobtainable.
She wants gender bent deku. Let me just say, she wants a shonen where you have gender bent deku.
Listen, here's the thing. This is how the patriarchy wins, because we are having you bitches fight each other.
Maybe that's what we need, a villain motivation where it's just two girls disagreeing on a fucking like fandom. Just
y'all are fighting. Y'all are too busy fighting each other.
I mean, to be fair, Lily Orchard is a pretty big villain on the internet space.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
Lilith Farron would have been too. Rest in peace. I don't think she's dead. I wish she was still around. I missed her commentary on fixing Ruby. It was always a joy to see.
There is that one person that has been like replying to everybody who has ever defended fixing Ruby. It might just be Lilith Farron on a different account.
I thought it was Crimson.
No, this person hasn't been like frothing at the mouth and just swearing every other word.
They usually say ass every other sentence. You gotta remember that.
Like they replied to my comments about like Yang meeting Shady Man. Because like to be fair, I did not word myself very well because I was not in the right state of mind. I literally posted that hours before my grandmother's death. Yeah. So I was not in the right mental space to be having like a nuanced discussion about like how I find it disgusting that people in the Ruby community, specifically stans, want to babyfy Yang and turn her into an uwu victim because a drunk guy hit on her and didn't realize that she wasn't interested because she kept talking back to him.
Right.
Like, the whole point was that I was trying to say, like, she is still engaging with him in conversation. She is not outright telling him to fuck off. She is not doing anything outwardly with her body language to specify to anyone that she is not really interested in the conversation, especially when you are drunk. And yet, she immediately goes onto the offensive. And yet they want to paint her as being this victim of, like, practically SA. And saying that, oh, it's really bad and he's a horrible person for doing this. And I'm like, guys, it's not that fucking deep. But, you know, I wasn't in the right mental space to just properly say that because I was worried about my grandmother. So this person replied to me after, like, how long has it been since, like, volume 6? Like 2 years?
Well, if you're talking about Shady Man stuff, that would have been volume 5, which it's been.
Yeah, that was volume 5.
Or
for fixing Ruby for Shiloh.
Yeah, that was volume 5. Fixing volume 5.
So how long ago was that?
3 or 4 years at this rate.
Yeah.
Okay, so however long it was that I made those posts. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago because my grandmother has been dead for a couple of years now. Sorry. Time is just not in my head anymore. But
time is warped and space is bendable.
Yeah. So however long ago I had made that post, they just decided to reply to me like a month ago.
Oh. Okay.
And talking about how like horrible I am for saying all this stuff and for like just going over like literally everybody who has ever said anything on Tumblr in favor of fixing Ruby or to go against like actual canon Ruby. It was insane.
Yeah, it's been years, and you decided to reply now? What the fuck?
Also,
yeah.
Daigato drew us as Toku characters. Oh my god, this...
wait,
god, it's freaking huge. You gotta zoom out for this.
Oh, holy shit, okay. Oh, they got me in the command mission suit. That's dope.
Yeah.
Who am I?
I like that you gave me a little shield, like the White Ranger or the.
Oh, I think it might be you, Twi. It might be inspired by Beelzemon.
Maybe. Okay.
I just realized now that you have a mask on, but your goggles like are above it. I thought that was where your eyes are, but no, your mask is down there. that what's funny is that is absolutely something Toku would fucking do.
Yes.
Ugh.
But yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
Toku heroes.
So anyway, that was all a tangent to say this guy's video sucks.
Yeah.
When a man envies, he's Shakespearean. When a woman envies, she's just a hater. These female villains weren't written to be terrifying, they were written to be insecure. If you're looking to stay away from
No, they are terrifying because they're insecure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If a chick is willing to like manipulate a child into giving them immortality, I don't give a fuck if they're insecure or not. That's fucking scary.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing that I don't seem to understand.
Kaiser? Okay, got it. Okay.
Here's the thing that I don't seem to understand about this guy is that he is saying, like, okay, fair enough. I am going to acknowledge that some of these villains have the exact same motivations, despite the fact that they're male or female, in order to not have people bitch and whine at me about it. But still, there is some sort of nebulous difference between them. And I'm not going to specify why or how or give examples, but there is a difference between the two of them. Trust me, bro.
Well, the difference is that one is in the sex that won't date him. I'm joking. I don't know your real life situation, man. You are trying my fucking patience right now. Holy shit.
Sorry about that. I had to step out for a moment.
Okay.
well,
you just
welcome
need a sec
Yeah.
from this madness.
To be fair, I played 1 second of it and it gave me an aneurysm. All right.
Into this trope, make sure your villainess has more deeply rooted motivations that transcend beyond superficial stereotypes. But shallow motives are only...
Okay, but
How
wait a
is
second.
Scar not
Wait.
superficial as fuck? He's jealous of his brother's role as
How
the
is-
goddamn king.
How is Jafar not stereotypical? Dude,
But
dude,
again,
dude.
Double
God.
standards.
Yeah.
Male characters are allowed to be shallow, but if you're wanting to make a female villain, they must be complex or else it is sexist. They are not allowed to be one-note simplistic characters or else it is sexist.
Yeah, like this is so freaking weird. I had a thought about this and then it just oozed out of my ear.
I was gonna say that was
It's
your first
gone.
mistake.
Yeah, I thought about this video.
half the
I'm sorry.
problem, because even when a female villain starts out evil, the story rarely lets her stay that way. For
What?
redemption at all costs.
Why did you have Maleficent on screen for that? That was an awful choice of visual.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I think is going to go on with this. He has
Maui?
oh gosh, I'm forgetting. No, that's not. Maui is a male character. What are you talking about?
I don't remember Moana.
Like
I haven't seen Moana.
hang on, let me just look up this character's name. Tefiti.
That's right, Tefiti.
I had like La Titi or something like that in my head, and I was like, I know that that's not correct, but it was similar.
Ah, yes, it is a woman
okay.
character, so it is La Titi. Yes.
Yeah.
But so
Or
what,
like the
what I
great
think is going
philosopher.
to happen here is he is saying Tefiti is the main antagonist of Moana, but she's not actually an actual villain because she gets redeemed at the end. She gets she becomes good at the end, blah 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 blah.
She was
But
never
here's the
evil.
thing. Is she's never evil in the first place. The whole point is that she is a victim of a circumstance and she is lashing out because she had her heart broken. She had her heart literally stolen away from her and she wants it back. Moana understands this, understands that she is not evil in the first place.
It's
You don't seem to understand that though.
yeah, and
Apparently
she is a
not.
representative of the force of nature. Like
Yeah.
nature can have its whims. Like it's fine. Like, it's more complicated than that. But I'm so burned by this guy, and we're only halfway through.
Oh my god.
Alex Setsukai, 1005 for the next bad thing. Maybe Tokyo Ravens. How much do we want to bet this guy will also complain about Multi from Shield Hero being a villain? I
mean,
don't
I don't know
know
if you even
Shield
watch it.
Hero, so.
I know it, and like, oh my god. I mean, granted, she is a poorly written character, but holy shit, this guy will probably make me have to defend her, which I don't want to. I really don't want to do.
Oh, okay. You can't say I didn't warn you. I know, Pete. I know.
Yeah, you did warn us, Pete. I was honestly doubtful this time around, but you really got.
Nature can be evil. Look at what it did to ducks in their whole birthing process. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nature
yeah.
can be evil. Look at geese. Period.
Also
Look-
look at the reproduction system of hyenas.
Look at mosquitoes.
Look at moose.
What did moose do?
They will murder the shit out of you on sight.
That has nothing to do with their reproductive systems, though.
I wasn't saying about. I was just saying, look at moose in general. Like I wasn't talking about the reproductive systems.
Here, chat. Look, gaze at Raymond.
What?
What? I don't know whether to play into the sexual joke or not. Yeah, I know I am abnormally qualified for observation. I'll leave it at that.
My God.
The towering lava monster
What have I
from
done?
Moana. She scorches oceans,
It has a
hurls
name!
fireballs, and threatens the end of life as we know it. But don't worry, she's not actually bad. She's just missing her heart. Cue the slow motion walk, the swelling music, the whispered,
They have stolen the heart from inside you, but this does not define you.
a hug, a glow, and suddenly she's not a villain. She's an island.
She
with a
never
skincare
was a
routine.
villain.
Okay.
That's
my
the
God.
thing. The story is it is a story without a villain.
She's
Do
an
you not
antagonist, that's
comprehend it?
She's an antagonist. That's it. But she's not a villain. She's not evil.
Who wrote this? Like, I'm no longer convinced that Grok did this, because Grok would have something a lot better to chew on than this. A script this stupid is purely human. And isn't that what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen? And in the end,
Rip off
Yep.
Productions. Thank you. A room with a moose. God, that's like the
flower
best joke in
party,
that show.
This isn't a twist, it's a retreat. It's the story saying,
Oh!
don't worry, she was never really dangerous. Her rage wasn't a
No.
twist.
No. She was dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, she was very dangerous. Just because she isn't evil does not mean that she is not dangerous, okay? We literally just finished talking about moose. Moose are not inherently evil. That does not mean that they are not dangerous.
There was that guy that could.
Mosquitoes are
that
evil,
was that.
though.
When I saw that, I was fucking like, oh my God, dude. I mean, I guess if you're that close to a moose and it's like all up in your business, if you're gonna go out trying to pet the damn thing. Oh, fucking hell, man.
It was trauma, and once healed, she returns to her true form, beautiful, benevolent, and no longer scary. It's a feel-good message we see attached to a lot of villains nowadays, because in these
Name them.
stories,
Why
Name
are you
5.
showing Mother Gothel? She was unrepentant to the very fucking end. Her most nuanced thing was that she genuinely has a care for Rapunzel as her daughter. Like, that is the caveat to her villainy, is that there is a spark of conflict within her about Rapunzel, but it's not
Yes.
enough to overwhelm her selfish, vain desires. That is the
Yes.
tragedy of Gothel, is not realizing that she has a loving, caring daughter that she could very much have a rewarding and fulfilling relationship with, but she keeps her at such a distance because she needs to use her as a tool.
Yep.
Yeah. So, again, this is just going to my point that women are not allowed to exist in these stories without criticism, without being terrible. Because you can't have a simplistic villainous character or else it's sexist. You can't have a complex female character or else it's sexist. You can't even have a female antagonist character who was never evil but was just hurting because something bad happened to her, because that is also sexist. You cannot have a female character exist in a space without her being sexist.
You can't have a man write a
You
woman
can't-
because he's sexist.
Yeah.
You can't have a woman write a woman
Write a
because
woman.
they're subconsciously sexist against their own
Right.
sex. Like,
Because
it-
the patriarchy genes just like seep down.
yeah.
Like, dog, women just can't breathe. Women can't
no.
just woman, you know.
We're not-
I happen to like women quite a bit.
Yeah.
In fact, you might say I prefer them in many circumstances to men. So I don't get this. Like, respect
hey,
them,
Raymond,
guy.
Hey,
This man
Raymond,
drinking
no
respect
need to be
juice.
homophobic. No need to be homophobic to this guy. Come on.
If the island was a male, do you think he would still complain that he wasn't a real villain?
No.
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 I am very convinced. Like, dude, we for years, and I mean years and years and years and years, we have seen people say that, oh my god, these people are sexist, these people are this or that because they, say this character is bad or that character is bad, regardless of context. And we are literally seeing someone who exhibits all those stereotypical traits, like in real fucking time. And this guy apparently doesn't know it. And this video got 101K views, by the way.
Yeah. It's really disappointing and really sad.
Nameless says, goalpost moving much? Redo of Healer. Accomplished. No, you say goalpost moving. All right, I'm looking at the field, and it's just a fucking field. There aren't even any markers.
I was about to say.
Someone threw me a fucking soccer ball in the middle of the field, and I don't know where I'm looking.
I was about to say, at the very least, most people who say stupid shit like this, at least stick to one thing, like, okay, this is about how they're badly written, or how the trope is overused, or whatever. But this guy, he cannot be consistent on any fucking level, and it's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I have to repeat myself when I'm just saying, like, this whole video is just women cannot exist without being problematic in some way, shape, or form, and yet still trying to act as though he is a feminist or at least egalitarian when he says this, that it's meant to be that he is the savior of the women by pointing this out.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the bitches.
This video is proof that the horseshoe theory is real. No, this is hangman theory, all right? This man is suffocating on his own goddamn logic.
Yeah, that circle doesn't have an opening, dog. That's like a noose right around his neck.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish has great villains with the wolf, Goldilocks, and Jax Horner, and they're all variations on. One is a force of nature, one is just outright villainous, and one is personally conflicted and has to. She's actually the most complicated of the three. Fucking hell.
Isn't that just the male feminist stereotype, Twilight? Yes. It is. Also, I will say, Sky Z, I like stories where there are more women than men. That's why I'm okay with Fate gender swapping historic/mythical figures so we can get more women in the series. So, like, that's technically all fine and dandy, but like the point that we should be striving for isn't quantity, it's quality.
Yes.
I was about to say, there aren't a whole lot of like female, like super prominent female characters in World Trigger. And I mentioned that show quite a bit. But like the ones that are there are very well written. And some of the best in Shonen as well.
Periodic Hangman and Horseshoe Theory aren't the same thing. Okay, fine. Noose Theory. There you go. That's the term for it.
So like there should also be a balance, because like there will inevitably be some people who are like, well, it's okay that there is only like one woman in this show of like 50 characters because that one woman is written really well. And it's like,
that
okay,
would
but
be a little weird. That would still be kind of weird, yeah.
It would still be weird. So like you need to strike a balance between quantity and quality.
I mean, we have the inverse with Kingdom Hearts. All the female characters are actually pretty well written except Kairi.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened there? And the running theory is either Nomura just hates her for whatever reason, or there's some mandate. That's my running theory, is there's some mandate to keep her the most inoffensively bland female love interest.
The woman tax.
I still find it hilarious that the only reason why Marluxia wasn't a woman was because Nomura was worried about being seen as sexist for having the only two female characters in the organization being the antagonists of the second game.
That's actually real?
Yes. Like he said that he was originally going to have Marluxia be a female character, but he changed Marluxia into a man because he didn't think that it was right that the only two female characters in the organization were the traitors.
But okay,
I
I
mean,
am
art
wrapping myself in
reflects
nuts
life.
because like
I'm sorry.
they were traitors against the organization, which itself was evil.
Yeah.
It's like two shades. What?
Yeah.
Nomura, what?
Yeah, you
So
could cook with that, honestly.
Instead of making more female characters, changing some of the male characters into female characters, and striking a more balanced lineup, he decided to just remove one of the female characters and turn her into a man.
That's horseshoe. That's horseshoe theory.
Oh, shoot. No, keep that up. No, dude. Okay, instead of that, he just turned the organization into brazzers. Wait, I can't say that because
that's why you skip
teenagers.
Chain of Memories.
Don't
What?
skip Chain of Memories.
Yeah,
it's
don't
still
do
a good
that.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Like what?
Naminé is one of the most compelling characters in Kingdom Hearts. And Naminé, there are a lot of compelling characters in Kingdom Hearts. Riku being one of them, but Naminé and Shion are two of the best characters in the series.
Didn't Shion eventually decide the organization was no good, so didn't all the female characters end up being traitors anyway?
Yes.
I mean,
Art
to be fair,
imitates
half
life.
the organization ended up being traitors to the organization.
Yeah.
What the fuck is even happening there? All right.
A woman's evil is never allowed to stand on its own. It has to be explained,
What does that even mean?
justified, or erased.
Wait,
Nowadays, because in these stories, a woman's evil is never allowed to stand on its own. It has to be explained, justified, or erased. She can be
Oh, okay. Oh, whoa,
Explained
wait,
or
okay.
just-
Okay. My brain.
Oh,
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Well, okay. It has to be explained or justified. Yes, typically villains typically explore their motives. Yes, that is normal for villains. And then erased? What the fuck do you mean erased? How do you erase a motive? Do you lobotomize the character? What? This isn't the 1950s and she's not an overactive housewife. Like, what the fuck?
Dog, and I love how we just swap back to giving them motivations is now a bad thing.
Well,
again. So
they're
it's good again
conflicting.
and it's bad again.
Well, no.
It's good again and it's bad again.
It's not even that. Like, in the same sentence, they either explained or justified, which is okay. So they're there or they're erased.
Yeah.
So they're either there
What?
or they're not there.
Or they're not there.
Yeah. like we have never had a clearer indication of the double standard in action than that sentence. That was
Holy
literally
shit.
That was 4 words, and it perfectly elaborates on Twi's points.
can I try to perhaps steel man this point?
Okay.
So what
Steel
I
woman
think,
this, you mean?
yeah, what I think he is trying to say is that it's unfair for female characters justification for being evil, that they need to have justification at all in order to be considered evil, or that the justification that we originally thought was there has now been taken back through the events of the story, by saying, oh, well, this character wasn't actually evil, they were just they just had their heart stolen or whatever.
Okay, but I'm looking for the part where that's a bad thing, and that's my fucking problem.
Yeah.
That's the part that we're missing right here.
I'm still hung up on what the fuck does it mean to erase someone's motivation?
Well, that's what I said. Like saying, like taking away the original motivation and saying that, oh, well, the actual explanation is something else.
Well, then what the thing is, like, what that's still explanation for the motive. Like, it's not a motive. It doesn't remove the motive. It subverts the motive. Like, with a new motive. Like, you don't get rid of a character without a motive is just a prop. And like, none of these characters are props. They have motives.
Yeah.
That's
angry, but only if it comes from pain, and if that pain comes from superficial tropes like the jealousy one. It's often regarded as lazy writing. Unlike male villains who
often regarded by people with no bitches. I'm sorry, man. I'm very, very sorry, but not really. You guys fucking suck at this. Oh my god.
Out of context, I would agree with that, because on the face of it, outside of the rest of the video that we have watched so far, that does sound like it is a criticism of people trying to criticize female characters and female villains specifically.
Yeah.
But we know for a fact that he is not making that kind of criticism, that he actually agrees with this.
Yeah.
From pain, and if that pain comes from superficial tropes like the jealousy one, it's often regarded as lazy writing. Unlike male villains who can embrace darkness without apology, female villains are put on a tight leash. They must be tragic or misunderstood, or punished swiftly.
What was
dare to
tragic
enjoy
or
it.
misunderstood
Rarely is
about the evil queen from Snow White?
Yeah. She was a vain
Like-
bitch. She got what she deserved.
Yeah.
Like, here's
she
the
is evil
thing.
and she needs to go down.
Here's the thing that I think that this guy doesn't seem to understand, is that explaining a motivation can be as complex or as simplistic as you want to make it. But just because a male villain has a simplistic motivation that is different from a female villain's simplistic motivation doesn't make the two different motivations inherently different.
No.
And it doesn't mean that the male character just gets to exist and that the female character's reasoning is explanation or anything else. Like, you can just have these two characters exist as villains.
Yep.
Their motivations doesn't have to be any deeper than that.
Nothing was tragic about Cruella. Cruella is one of the most basic bitch evil. Like, she might be the most evil person in all of Disneydom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just wants to make a fucking coat out of puppies.
Yeah.
Like, there is a little bit of deepness to her that you don't like. It's not good necessarily, but there is more to her that some people have pointed out. Like, she is incredibly anorexic, which is about the kind of beauty standard that was around in the 50s at the time. She also has some people say that she was probably also using drugs, because a lot of people back then used drugs in order to lose weight.
Almost certain.
Everything about
everything
about this woman screams that she is very superficial and that she wants to be seen as the most beautiful, the most luxurious, and that is why she wants to make this luxurious coat made of puppy skin.
Right. So there's
Like,
that.
it doesn't make her a complex villain necessarily. It doesn't make her any less sympathetic. It just means that there is more to her if you actually pay attention.
Yeah,
but that doesn't. Yeah, the elements are there. You just have to find it.
She allowed the dignity of her own darkness. But the truth is, this isn't just lazy storytelling. It's cultural discomfort. Because letting women choose
and
villainy
here we
freely
go.
would mean admitting something even scarier than a fire demon or a death ray. That women, like men, are fully capable of choosing cruelty. Not because they were hurt, not because they were unloved, but because they wanted to. That kind of female...
Yes.
Yeah.
Women are capable of these things. Like, what
All
what
of these
Mother
female
Gothel's
characters.
story? We don't know anything else about Mother Gothel's backstory. She just wants to be eternally young. She doesn't even go out and attract like male suitors or anything like that. We don't even got that like facet.
Chat, we are cooked. Chat, we are so fucking cooked right now.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So let me pull up a list of Disney female villains.
Sure.
So we got Maleficent, who is cruel for the sake of it.
Yeah.
We have Ursula, who is cruel for the sake of revenge because she felt like she was wronged which is no different from any of the male characters who also are evil due to revenge.
Yeah.
We have Mother Gothel, who is vain, and she is cruel, and she wants to be cruel because she wants to continue to be youthful.
Wait, okay, sorry. I'm just realizing, are we witnessing the horseshoe theory in reverse now? Is he being sexist against men by saying that all these other male characters are super fucking simple and are like lacking in any kind of nuance or detail, like Gaston or like Jafar isn't a very complicated character, but he is an entertaining one.
He's engaging.
He's engaging. Like he has a distinct personality, and he does think that the Sultan is a buffoon. Like, I don't.
He's jealous that he's the one with the power and not him.
Yeah. Okay. What else? What about Madame Medusa? She's just greedy. She just wants money. She is willing to kidnap and hold a child slave in order to get money. Yeah, the rescuers.
I forget that's her name.
Then we have Lady Tremaine, who also keeps a girl in slavery simply because she wants to keep her own children in the spotlight. That's actually more that's still cruel, and she's choosing to be cruel, but there is a selfish sort of motherliness to it. She's propping up her own children by stamping down the competition.
Yeah.
Then we have characters like Helga Katrina Sinclair from Atlantis. She's a really complex character.
She's a mercenary. Mm-hmm. Like she's she's like just straight up greedy, and then
and
then saying that it's okay if guys are I don't know what this guy wants. I am so baffled.
What he wants is for women to die and to not have characters, not have motivations. You know.
Then we have Yzma, who is not really any different than Mother Gothel, in that sense. We have I
thought Yzma just wanted the throne.
Well, no, she wanted the throne, but she also had a thing about like her youth.
Yes.
I thought that she already she viewed herself as youthful already. Like she was like in denial about her age, and that was like kind of a joke they played on. She always like, yes, young and beautiful like me, and they would go like, what, young, who, where, and like she's like she'd be
what was it? The having that as like part of her major motivation was something that was cut from the film.
Was that something?
The musical thing comes from.
Yeah, I think I am. Sorry, I was mixing that up with Emperor of the Sun.
Yes.
My apologies for that. Because it has been a while since I watched the actual movie, and I did mostly look into Kingdom of the Sun. I think it was called, not
she
Empire.
Had a great song.
By the way,
heart-wrenching.
That song is great. By the way, there's some new art on Twitter that we were tagged in. By Will Weekends.
I do want to say one more female villain that isn't from the movies. Demona.
Yeah, from Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Like she was fairly complex, but to her core, she hated humanity because they betrayed the Gargoyles and betrayed their trust.
Mm-hmm.
That's
also
that was just cute.
Also,
you talking about the art or Demona? What?
No, the hot dog guy. The hot dog guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, I do want to say, because I did mention Demona, he mentioned that Evelyn is evil because she's a feminist and because she doesn't want children, or she is childless. Demona has a child.
Demona has a kid, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she thought that her child was murdered or her egg was smashed, but she still has a child. Still is just as evil.
Yeah, and she wanted Goliath, to change his mind and get back with her, but obviously that didn't work out. And she briefly got together with his clone, long story, but yeah, it's like I don't know how she would. Where does she fit in this? I don't even know what to describe it. Like, is it a graph? Is it I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a noose. I keep telling you, it's a noose.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so she fits right in the hole. Gotcha. Okay.
Female villain
Phrasing.
isn't common because the stories we tell still aren't ready for her. But if a woman refuses redemption and insists on villainy, the story finds a new box to shove her in. Not a tower, not a lair, a nursery. There's a secret weapon writers use against female villains, a strategy so effective it turns them into ghosts in their own stories. Make them moms. But not complex,
What?
Okay, I'm gonna lay this out for you. Women have one of the most unique features of all society in that they are the only beings biologically capable of bearing children. That is like a huge societal pressure on them, but also a huge societal boon. Like there's positives and negatives just like anything, but it is the thing that only women can do. I'm probably going to get canceled for saying that, but Lord knows. I'm trying to be as direct here with how it works in storytelling.
Ladies and gentlemen in chat, and everybody in between. For so long, we have seen many examples of fatherless behavior on this podcast, but this is the first time
We have
in the entire history of the show that we have witnessed motherless behavior in full fucking force. And it just caught in 4K live. I did not expect that, people.
We
are here.
One of the most notorious villains in all of modern television, known most of all for how she was so protective of her children. I guess she isn't a good villain. To be fair, season 8. The Lost Coyote says,
to be fair, nobody looked good in season 8. So.
I got here less than 3 minutes. Is this a whole video this dumb?
Yes.
Yes, I can feel the brain cells melting. Yes. I can feel the brain cells melting.
I don't want to.
Yes. I can feel. Sorry.
We're devolving. We are devolving, guys.
Dimensional mothers, twisted ones, conditional ones, the kind who weaponize care and call it love. Take Lady Tremaine.
Yes!
Okay,
Lady Tremaine!
Oh my god. You are just saying, hey, these things that we consider good, if we make them bad, then they are considered villains, and that is a bad thing?
Okay, like, dude, what do you got to say about
I'm sorry,
Firelord
but a man cannot be a mother. That's not how that works.
Careful, Twy, we're gonna get canceled.
No, it's just definitionally. Like, a man cannot be a mother.
Do you think that matters to people?
You know.
If definitions mattered, no one would have made this fucking video.
True. Honest to God. And, like, I want to see how... Okay, so if them being mothers is bad, then, like, what about villains that are fathers? Like, Dr. Doofenshmirtz
Immediately,
or
these
something?
guys, like, Junior, the film with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then
the movie,
and then also Garike's like Omegaverse Twy.
I don't.
What? Look. One day I'm going to have to give you guys the rundown. I'm sorry.
No, please.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I don't think you need to. I have not heard a single thing about Omegaverse aside from it being wolf shit. And that's the most I wanted.
But that's the terror. It's not just wolf shit anymore. It evolved. And in the same way that this evolved backwards.
Well, listen, they can evolve. They can evolve without me, bro. I'm chilling. I'm
The
chilling.
Omegaverse
right
should
here.
not exist as it has ruined an entire generation. I'm afraid to ask you what is the Omegaverse. We're not getting into it
Don't
now.
ask.
We're not getting into it
No.
now. We'll make a stream about it. We'll have an entire sex ed about Omegaverse, you guys.
No, I don't want it. I'm gonna run away.
Asexual
You're never
reproduction
gonna
isn't
hear me
motherhood
run
if the
again.
parent is male. What?
I'm
What?
What?
But if it's an asexual species and it reproduces, is there even a male? Is there a male and female in asexual species? I don't think so. It's just them. How does that work?
I need an adult.
We can probably go into a whole ass conversation about child psychology and the difference between having two parents versus having a male and a female parent.
What's wrong with
and-
E123 mega? 123 mega. Omega's fine. Wrong Omega.
Yeah,
It's Piccolo.
you are an adult, Kaiser.
Actually, that's a good question.
You know,
Is Piccolo
the
technically
J-
male? Aren't they? Don't they reproduce asexually? Namekians?
that they do reproduce asexually. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They consider themselves an all male species, but they do reproduce asexually.
All right. Well, now we're learning about Lady Triremain.
The wicked
Yeah,
stepmother in Cinderella. No magic, no minions, just unshakable control over a domestic prison. She doesn't shout,
Yes.
she doesn't scheme, she doesn't have to. She rules through subtlety, a locked attic, a quiet snub, a delayed invitation, and
She does scheme. That's her thing.
You-
She schemes to keep Cinderella locked the fuck up.
I don't think this guy understands what words mean.
I don't think this guy exists.
Okay,
I am half convinced. I am just sitting in my
Okay.
bed right now having a stroke.
chat.
Probably.
Which freaking AI do y'all think it is?
Does the Omegaverse have anything to do
Oh
with
my
Alpha
god,
Omega movies?
Dedorex!
No.
What the fuck?
Oh god, what did
It's
Dedorex do now?
annoying.
Oh,
Why are
no.
there two pings? Oh, I know. I am the Horax.
I am the
I
Horax.
speak
I
for
speak
the
for the hose. And we got the purple pimp named Slickback robes, bro. I know what you are. I know what you are, man. Oh my god.
My favorite detail is the metal mustache. That is
Yes,
such a
that's
nice
amazing.
That
touch.
is fantastic.
Oh,
Oh shit.
And somehow
Absolute
that makes her
cinema.
feel more dangerous than any fire-breathing dragon. But even then, her power is contained. She's not chasing thrones or changing laws. She just wants to keep one girl from rising above her station.
no, she is
And
chasing
what
a
is-
throne. She's trying to get her daughters married to the fucking prince.
Yeah.
Okay, what is wrong with Lady Tremaine? Because Lady Tremaine has been praised as being a very good villain character, specifically because she doesn't have to be grand. She just has to be someone who is against the main character and who
Yeah.
causes the main character strife.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like necessarily evil. She just has to ruin the life of one girl.
And she's really
Yeah,
damn good at it.
we haven't
Yeah.
we haven't gotten to the part where he points out what's bad about her yet. To be fair, he is just laying the groundwork of what she does.
Who invited the robotic talking peanut?
What?
I think that's about your switchback design. Someone said a Reploid. Pete, yeah, said a Reploid named Slickback.
a Reploid named Slickback. You gotta say the whole thing,
Slickback
including
man.
Slickback man.
That's the core of this trope. Female villainy isn't allowed to be expansive. It's allowed to be petty, personal, homebound. This kind of
Whoa.
Wait. Replay that again. I zoned out.
Oh yeah.
Station. That's the core of this trope. Female villainy isn't allowed to be expansive. It's allowed to be petty.
What about Evelyn? Evelyn was trying to change all of society to hate heroes.
What about Ursula? She tried to rule the 7 seas. What?
What about Rey? She was all the Jedi. Wait.
Oh my god, this video's a fucking joke, man.
Like, again, what about the evil queen from Snow White? She already ruled the entire kingdom, and she wanted to keep that power. The fact that she had something and didn't want to lose it, that was expansive outside of the home. Excuse me, outside of the home.
Motherfucker.
What about
Oh gosh, that raised the pro tag. Plus Ultra King clearly wasn't paying attention to the films where the Palpatine was the last one standing.
Personal, homebound. This kind of writing traps evil within the walls of a household, a place where women have historically been confined anyway. It's not just a metaphor, it's tradition repackaged as fiction. And yet, this trope can work when the story knows...
it's almost like this movie takes place in the 1800s or something.
It's a fucking period piece, and it's reflective of its times.
Wait, this guy is finally giving us a qualifier. Let's let him cook.
It's doing. Villains like this can be terrifying if they're allowed depth, if their motivations stretch beyond envy or the need to control a child. When writers explore
but you said that villains with female villains need to be more purely villainous. Lady Tremaine is exactly that, and yet that's not good enough now?
No, that's what I've been saying this whole time, is that it's never going to be good enough because there's always going to be something there to complain about. Whether the female character is not allowed to be simplistic because it is sexist for the character to be simplistic, you need to give them more depth and more layers, but if you give them more layers, then that is still sexist because of this, that, or the other. And
are you saying women should cover up? Fucking sexist, how dare you.
Kaiser, you were smelling something. You're smelling fucking smoke because you wanted to let him cook, and now the fucking kitchen is on fire. It spread to the living room, Kaiser.
No, I'm legitimately smelling mint right now. Where is it coming from?
Are you having a stroke?
I think he might be.
I don't think so. Because usually you smell toast.
You just got a very lucky roll on the things I smell while having a stroke.
I think it's like some new.
I still remember when you just smelled butter. That was fucking hilarious.
But that was also because of fucking the butter exploded in the microwave.
I know. you just became butter.
Oh.
Not just as a role, but as a system of power, a source of identity, loss, and obsession. You get something chilling and honest. You get a villain who feels real. Enter the Baroness from Cruella.
Oh God, no.
All right, y'all can take this one. I got no idea about this.
Okay, hang on. Before we get into that, Lady Tremaine, she is terrifying specifically because her whole villainy is grounded.
Yes.
It is something that we can easily understand. And that makes it more personal.
Yeah, here's a chick who married into a noble family for money and sees her stepdaughter, who is likely to be, the one to inherit that wealth, as an obstacle for her and her kids to have that wealth. Dude, not to get super personal, a lot of my step siblings are going through somewhat the same shit, and as well as other people who have been in this position that I know about. Like,
yeah, I mean, they're trying to get
are
the
you for
inheritance
real?
by pawning off their children. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, what the fuck?
People don't seem to realize that these things aren't in a vacuum. And also, just because the way that we go about these things have changed since the 1800s doesn't mean that they've stopped wholesale.
Okay, this mint smell is bothering me. I need to investigate. I'll be right back.
Okay, we're gonna see what he has to say about
You can
Cruella.
keep going. You can keep going. I don't know this movie.
A fashion icon, a narcissist, a mother in the most technical, loveless sense of the word. She abandons her child for convenience, manipulates her employees.
I'm pretty sure Cruella wasn't abandoned by her. Cruella was kidnapped by her real mother, or her adoptive mother, who wanted to take care of her, who actually loved her. So you're wrong on that count. I mean, she was a neglectful mother, but I'm pretty sure that's the fucking hell.
And treats creation,
I don't
both
know.
artistic and biological, as something she owns, not something she nurtures. And unlike most villains in this trope, she's allowed to enjoy it. She relishes her cruelty. She controls her world through intimidation, glamour, and legacy. And the story doesn't try to explain it away with a tragic past or a redemptive moment. She's not a monster in hiding, she's a monster in plain sight. And
Which makes you wonder why the fuck she exists and how she survives in this society if she's so evil. Like,
I mean, CEOs of companies
I
can be
suppose
pretty
so.
blatantly evil.
Just, I don't remember. Like, I've only seen reactions to this movie, so I'm working on very partial information here.
I literally know nothing about the movie other than how the mom dies and that people were making fun of it.
Oh, she controls the Dalmatians that do it. Oh, that's so hilarious.
And she likes it that way. What makes the Baroness work is that her villainy isn't confined to the home. She's not just a bad mother, she's a corporate tyrant, a social...
I thought that was a bad thing!
Yeah.
He said the same shit about Evelyn! Evelyn was enjoying herself! All the villains were enjoying themselves! Like, I don't think there's a single villain here that didn't enjoy or relish in some way the villainy they were enacting upon the protagonist or the world around them. I'm trying to think of a single one that wasn't actually, like, somehow drunken with the villainy that they were doing.
What did I say? Women just can't. They're just not allowed. Double standards for these
and
women.
A cautionary tale about power unchecked by empathy. She's still within the twisted mother trope, but instead of shrinking her evil to fit it, the film expands the trope to fit her. That's the difference.
Wait. Is this all because you think that tropes in and of themselves are bad? Sir.
I think that's basically what we have to conclude.
Yeah, I do not know where that came from. Maybe I just stroke out from this video.
Wrenches are incredibly widely used for a lot of things. They're wide symbols that are used for a lot of different things everywhere. I see wrenches fucking everywhere. Doesn't make them worthless, doesn't make them annoying just because you see them everywhere. Doesn't make them a tired thing just because you see them everywhere, or their symbology is used everywhere.
TV trope.
You know what, Twilight?
1000%. I would agree.
Yeah. You know what, Twilight? I don't know, man. I'm getting sick and tired of these freaking wheels on cars, man. I'm so tired of them.
We gotta have
I know.
squares
Something
on
to-
cars.
Exactly.
That's where the
bro.
real money is. Don't worry, I sold
Yeah.
the
I
idea to
mean-
Tesla. It'll be on the next Tesla truck.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there was a Mythbusters episode about square wheels.
I think there was too, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. That sounds like something.
No, I do remember it. It was a very bumpy ride, but it technically worked, kind of.
But this guy just hates tropes, not realizing you need tropes.
Well,
Like, every female villain, if they were all like this Baroness, they would all be the same. They'd all suck.
Yeah.
Tropes are fairly useless. Is what I'm going to say. That is my advice to anyone out there looking to write a story. Tropes are worthless because the only thing that a trope is just an explanation for something that exists.
I would say I would go
a sentence.
It's a categorization of things that exist. That's all it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing. You are categorizing it and explaining it, and that is what a trope is. By inherently explaining it, you are giving it a categorization.
Yeah, but and like I feel like that's another aspect of this conversation that also gets freaking tied up in knots, and I hinted at it earlier when it came to the Ochako stuff and people not getting over like previously badly written shonen female characters and projecting that shit onto her. Part of it is, of course, due to the whole, feminism, it's sexism angle. But for the most part, people are they see the issue of certain tropes being overused or not being utilized in interesting ways, and they project that problem everywhere, regardless of context. To the point where they reduce a character down to a trope when they are not necessarily that trope at all.
I don't think this guy hates stories or women. Hate requires passion and effort. Fair.
Damn. Yo, we just witnessed a murder. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Because when the trope is used to reveal something about society, not just reinforce what we already expect from women, it becomes a storytelling tool. When it's just another...
Only when it reveals something about society? No.
Wait, what?
Fucking,
I'm sorry. I
every
zoned out
story
again.
has tropes. Every story is comprised of tropes. You cannot have a story without tropes, because even if you somehow pull that off, it will be reclassified as a brand new trope.
It'll become another trope.
Yeah, tropes are just a way that we categorize and box things away. It's not really... It's useful to know because it can help you avoid certain pitfalls if you want to look into it. But that's all it really can be. It can be a barometer to double check on certain things, but that's really about it.
That is why that is literally why I said tropes are useless in this sense. You do not use tropes in order to build your story. They are an explanation of the things that happen in your story. You do not use tropes to build your story, and to try and say that you want to build a story without tropes is saying that you want to bake a cake without flour or without eggs or without ingredients.
A story without tropes is a sentence without words.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Twilight, I raise you this. Boneless wings.
Okay, but wings without meat.
Damn. All right, she got me.
Meatless wings.
Meatless wings. Yeah. Meatless bullets. We got to remember.
Oh yeah.
It's all about. We got to remember.
Boneless
We
pizza.
eat bullets in this chat. Boneless pizza.
Never forget the boneless
Dog.
pizza. Also, I think we have another art. No.
No,
we don't.
No, I don't think so. But sorry, one last quick thing to mention while we are here. It's this reminds me of the conversation in one of Lily's videos, I believe.
Always a good story.
Yeah, I know, right? It wasn't in this chat, this stream. I think I was watching one of Sai's in the past, and she was talking about stereotypes, right? And people, it's sort of a similar case there. Everything will be a stereotype at some point. And having characters be stereotypes is not an inherently bad thing in a story. The problem is that when number one, they are overused, and number two, that those like stereotypes are used specifically to demean a character or demean an entire like population or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you just say go the Rush Hour route and just have everybody be a stereotype without really degrading any one over the other in particular, then it's like fine. Then who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. Or if you just have certain
Kaiser.
things like stereotypical.
We have Art of Kaiser searching
Kaiser-
for the mint smell.
He's fighting the mint.
Oh my god. Dog, there's a lot of R of me this time around. Holy shit.
Did you find out where the mint was coming from?
He didn't.
I don't. No, I didn't. Like,
Oh, damn.
I think this video just made me stroke out that hard.
Box to trap them in, we're back to where we started. Not a tower, not a lair, a nursery. While female villains are boxed into homes and motherhood, male villains are given kingdoms, empires, entire galaxies to burn.
The evil
Okay,
queen!
What about Yzma? What the fuck?
What about the
She was
fucking villain of the Marvels? I don't even know that fucking movie, but I know she was galactic level threat. Holy shit.
What about Thor Ragnarok?
Hela, yeah. Maybe he'll say something. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because when a man chooses evil, the story rolls out a red carpet. Same crime, different punishment. Welcome to villain gender bias.
You just showed the Joker, who has one of the most famous backstories. At least you have ones that say optional choice, but we have confirmation a lot of it. The Killing Joke is canon for a lot of the different Joker variants. So,
also, hasn't it been confirmed, at least that the Joker needs to be evil? Like there is something that I read somewhere that like the universe needs the Joker, and if the Joker himself isn't evil, then there's going to be a Joker equivalent because the universe just requires it.
That's probably some kind of comic bullshit. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Welcome. Take Syndrome from The Incredibles. He's petty, entitled, and driven by a childhood grudge. A man-baby with a death ray. And yet we call him thematically rich, because his villainy ties into the film's commentary on meritocracy and mediocrity. He's allowed to be a brat and still be brilliant, still be terrifying. Or look at Scar from
that's a lot.
The Lion King. Jealous, dramatic, dripping with sarcasm. He literally sings a song about committing murder while posing on cliffs and talking to green fire. But we don't call him shallow. We call him iconic. Dr. Facilier, Jafar...
No, he still is shallow. It's
he
just
is shallow.
It's
just the performance is fantastic and the writing is really strong for him.
Yeah, and he has good dialogue. You
okay.
know,
you say Scar, I say Zira.
Yeah.
Why are you ignoring Zira?
Yeah,
he probably hasn't watched Lion King 2.
Probably not, but like, why shouldn't you? It's great.
I mean, it's definitely one of the few Disney sequels that are good. So there's that.
Yeah.
They all get to be charming, flamboyant, over the top, and unapologetically evil. They don't even need a redemption arc. They don't need to be hot. They don't need to be sad.
How about Doc Ock from Into the Spider-Verse?
Also, wait, you're saying they don't need to be hot? Buddy, I don't know about you, but don't look up Dr. Facilier or Hades for that matter without the safety tag on, okay?
Remember, guys, those of you who are regulars to Bad Fanfiction Night, we literally had an entire fandom who thought that Frollo was hot.
Not just hot. Like, we're talking
somehow
epic level fantasies of smutfic about him.
Yes. There were entire groups dedicated to his worship, and they all speaking of, like,
how he's complaining about how women are constantly against each other. There was an entire group dedicated to wanting to be Frollo's girlfriend, and they all made themselves part of his harem, working in harmony to like worship this character.
Don't you mean harmony?
God, dog.
And everything.
We need. You know what we need?
The four.
You know what we need?
The four. Sorry, the 20 Frollo harem members were at peace until one day the Frollo freak attacked.
Yes.
Dog. You know what we need? We need, that whole slick back thing you guys gave for me. Just draw that, but with Frollo. Frollo as a pimp name like that.
I guarantee you someone's already drawn Frollo as a goddamn pimp. Oh.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more explicit art of male villains in many different fandoms.
110%. Yeah. Like, there's no contest, dog.
Things are shifting. I've seen a lot of people down bad for villainesses recently, but a judge named Slickback.
A judge named, yes, that's what the fuck we need right now.
They're allowed to be fun, but give those.
Okay, you've invoked anime, my good sir.
Vegeta.
Fuck off.
Now you're really in it.
You have made a mistake. You've opened the fucking floodgates. So we've got.
Yep.
And it doesn't actually matter at this point. We can't even, no matter what we name off, we'll call him sexist.
Yeah.
Well, if I say Homura, she was a villain or an antagonist, and she is a villain and an antagonist. She's incredibly fucking complicated. I don't even know where to fucking I'm
just let it die. Just let it die, Raymond. Just let go.
Thank you for quoting a Foo Fighters song. It reminded me of quality.
Same qualities to a female villain. Suddenly, she's too much. Too dramatic. Too cold. Too sexy. Too loud. She's either flattened into
to y'all.
Gem is not a villain. Why did you put Gem in there? Gem is not a villain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was from Gem. What the fuck?
That's the main character. That is Gem herself. She is the main protagonist. She is not a villain. Why did you put her in there?
What do you say about fucking She-Ra? Like fucking Ketra and Shadow Weaver and Scorpia.
Yeah.
They're all very different female antagonists.
Yeah.
Sob story. Hela in Thor Ragnarok was a goddess of death with presence, power, and a killer entrance. She literally destroyed Thor's hammer with one hand. But was she given depth? Stakes? Nope. She was shoved into the evil sister box and killed off with a giant fire monster so the hero could complete his arc.
Okay, man.
To defeat her,
we're done.
the main protagonist had to nuke his home planet! She was not given any kind of... What the fuck are you talking about?
What do you mean no
stakes?
stakes?
To beat her.
Yeah, how is there no stakes when you literally admitted that she took away the freaking Norse equivalent of Excalibur and turned it into tissue paper?
We got Teddy Bear Paladin. Bedroom Party, a shared hobby, part 1. Teddy Bear Paladin. And that little brother is why we are at war with the unicorns. Funko Bear. Hey, big bro, could I write next time? Teddy Bear Paladin. Furthermore, sure. You wish to write? Funko Bear. You seem to like it. Oh,
yeah, that's nice.
And Yugok says, iconic doesn't mean not shallow. The guy really doesn't understand how words work. Also saying female villains aren't fun is a bold claim.
It really is.
Real,
I
dog.
fucking love Cruella de Vil. She is so delightfully evil.
Yeah, she's great.
Fucking hell.
Everybody loves Yzma.
I love Mother Gothel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking Maleficent is classic. I mean, what's more iconic than fucking Maleficent? The evil green witch with dragon horns?
I mean, this guy admitted that the evil queen herself is iconic. and yet she still doesn't like pass the test apparently.
But she's not good enough because reasons.
Listen, if this guy were writing the Bechdel test, I feel like everybody would just 100% lose.
Bellatrix Lestrange in
Which
Harry
means
Potter
we all
had so
pass.
much potential, a twisted reflection of feminine chaos, devoted to Voldemort with religious fervor. But even with
fuck off, man.
I know it can be pedantic, but a twisted reflection of feminine chaos. The way you phrase that sentence implies that there is a positive version of feminine chaos. Chaos typically has a negative association, so I'm just curious about that.
Okay, let me. Whoa, boy, you have.
You
really
pressed the
fucked
Harry
up, my
Potter
guys.
button.
No. This has nothing to do with Harry Potter. This is about how the sexist stereotype of women is that they are inherently chaotic.
In my experience, that only applies to bees, alligators, and chameleons.
No. Like, throughout history and in multiple cultures, feminine, when it's abstract, is usually the blackness, the darkness, the chaotic side. You have the yin and yang. You have the logic tends to be the masculine. The emotional or the chaos tends to be the feminine. That is a thing in both Eastern and Western thought. Inherently, chaos is tied historically, culturally to women, no matter where you look in a lot of different cultures around the world. Men hate women because they don't understand them. They see them as inherently illogical. They see them as chaotic. They see them as something that they don't inherently understand, and that is frightening. He is evoking a sexist historical trope about women and saying that that is apparently a good thing.
Jesus Christ, Deterix.
What did he do?
Jesus, you cannot make comments like that, Deterix.
Oh,
wait.
You see women on their cycle? Well, let me tell you something. The reason why women are scary to men is because they have more testosterone during their cycles. So they are more like men.
Oh,
wow.
Anyway.
Helena Bonham Carter chewing the scenery, Bellatrix was never treated as her own force. She was a sidekick, a lapdog, even her death is offhanded, a quick gotcha moment in a battle scene dominated by men. And then there's She-Hulk, a show that teased a female villain in Titania, bold, confident, and entertainingly narcissistic.
No.
But instead of developing her, writers turned her into a joke. No threat, no agenda.
I mean, to be fair, everyone was a joke. That show was bad in general.
Team who crashes into scenes. Sue's.
Okay.
Why the
video editor?
Why did you have a clip of a girl?
Why the fuck?
A little girl.
Wait, what the? Should we?
What
the fuck?
I kind of want to go vomit now. Never show me that shit again. Ever.
Yeah.
I never want to see what I'm pretty sure was a prepubescent girl, or at least somewhere around a teenage age, twerking at the fucking camera.
I don't want to think about it, man. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Did this guy just like, is there like a generator that instantly just like makes videos off of whatever audio you have or something like that? Like that is the only explanation for this.
Cuties moment.
Like,
Yes.
Cuties, oh my god, James, you're absolutely right, and I fucking
Please
hate
bring
it.
back
What the
Zell.
fuck?
I will take
Yeah, honest to God.
hip thrusting every day over seeing that ever again. I didn't realize Cuties was a Disney movie. Excuse me, now I need to puke.
People over trademark
Where's
law,
Sneeko at?
disappears again. The pattern is clear. If a female villain is
Okay, no, sorry. She-Hulk is just horribly written.
Yes.
It's a terribly written show, man. That's the only problem. It's not with her being female. It's written by the entire writing staff of She-Hulk was female. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Fun, she's not dangerous.
Are you saying that
if she's dangerous,
that female writers are just bad, Raymond? Holy crap!
I'm saying those ones were. Jesus Christ, they were.
Yeah.
Then you have writers for like, you know,
like us, but...
American Psycho, and she was really damned good. So, you know, kind of mix and match. Give me the good female writers, please.
She can't be fun, and if she's both, then the story doesn't know what to do with her. Even Jack Horner, whose entire shtick is that he has no depth, no trauma, and no morality, is treated as a bold storytelling choice, a satire of modern villains. Audiences love.
No.
He was
also, Jack Horner's whole thing was that he disliked being this one poster boy, and he wanted to change that, and he wanted to be more than that.
Yep.
Love him, just like I do.
I'm Big Jack.
Not in spite of his cartoonish evil, but because of it.
Okay.
Can you imagine a female villain being written like that, with no tragic backstory, no guilt, no humanity, and still being embraced? She'd be called
Cruella de Vil.
unhinged.
Yeah.
You know what? Dude, crazy idea. Okay. So all you need to do is that there's this great movie made back in like the 60s called Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. I know. Wait, I know you're spurging out, but listen. This shit has what you need, friend.
Wait, are you talking about the Disney Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Yeah, that's like 63, right? I mean,
no.
Yeah.
That's like 20s.
Like 30s.
20s and 30s, yeah.
Oh fuck, you're right. Fuck, my head sorry. Because this video.
That's fair.
1937. There we go.
Yeah, 1937.
This video is just.
And just enjoy.
It made
the
me
smell
smell
of
mint earlier.
Just enjoy the smell of mint. Okay, just enjoy it.
Yes.
Sit back and enjoy it.
She'd be laughed off the screen. And by Act 3, she'd either be dead or redeemed through tears and eyeliner. Male villains are allowed to enjoy their evil. They're allowed to own it, to monologue, manipulate, explode, betray, and win for a while. Female villains, they're allowed to feel bad about it. But here's the thing,
except the times when they don't.
Be this way.
Except
not
it's
every
still
female
bad.
villain is doomed to be a sexy wallpaper, a jealous wreck,
What?
or
What the fuck was that?
Why?
What kind of smosh ass shit was that?
I just want it to be over.
Someone's twisted mom.
You need help.
Some writers actually
Fire your
remember that
editor.
evil has no gender. They give us villainesses who are powerful, terrifying, and most.
That
So
was
keep
him!
doing what we're doing.
Literally called him!
He is him. Indeed.
He is effeminate as fuck, but he is still masculine. Coded in his language.
Most importantly, allowed to be evil on their own terms.
Why are you showing? That's a Deadite from Evil Dead. She is possessed. She is not the villain. It is an evil spirit of genderless proportion.
Is his editor Vosh? Don't even try it, man. No, there would be a lot more horses, to be fair.
Ursula, the sea witch from The Little Mermaid, demolishes the standard female villain template. She's loud, grotesque, and gloriously wicked, unapologetically herself. Audiences embraced her as a queer or feminist icon precisely
because she literally was based off of a queer person in real life.
Mold of dainty femininity. She's plus-sized, powerful, and confident. Beauty standards don't define her villainy. It's determined by raw ambition and ruthless execution.
Okay, but she was personally wronged in the past, so she's doing it out of pettiness.
Yeah.
Which you said was bad earlier.
And don't fucking try and talk about it. Oh my.
Oh my
Azula
god.
from
No, I
Avatar
was
The Last
afraid of this.
Airbender is another rarity. She's a teenager, yes, but also a military prodigy, a master manipulator, and a genuinely terrifying strategist. She's not driven by heartbreak or jealousy. She's driven by perfectionism, fear of failure, and a deep hunger
Yes,
for control.
she is. She is
but wait,
jealous of
wait.
her brother.
Yeah, because you literally just showed a clip of her breaking down because she realizes that with her power, she is at risk of being betrayed, and she has flashbacks of her mother because she's insecure that she never got her affection because she's a bitch.
Why did he show Sam from iCarly? I don't know. Maybe what's this? No.
Because the Kool-Aid man is red, chat. Just go with it. Don't care.
Breakdown doesn't redeem her, it haunts us. Because for once, we're allowed to see a female villain unravel without being forgiven.
You should read the comics where they apparently try to redeem her a little bit. Sorry, buddy.
And then
Also,
there's Isma
why
from
do you
the-
have random clips from like Nana and another anime? Nana,
I don't know. I don't even know.
I don't know.
That goes
I don't
into
think Nana. I don't think that Nana is like a female villain that you need to talk about. Like just a hunch.
From the Emperor's New Groove. She drives the plot rather than reacting to it. She's never sidelined, never reduced to feminine stereotypes, never apologizing for her ambition. These characters prove one crucial truth. Compelling female villains don't need gendered constraints. They can be as threatening, complex, and unapologetic as any male villain, when writers have the courage to let them. The ultimate message cuts to the core. Womanhood should never disqualify you from being the most terrifying force in the room. Female evil doesn't require tragic backstories, sexy outfits, or mother issues
but
as
Azula
permission.
does
Why
have
are
a
you using
tragic
these
backstory,
fucking
though.
gifs?
Yeah, you were showing actual clips from these movies the entire time. I'm tired. Don't.
Did
I
you
care.
run out of time because you gave yourself an arbitrary deadline, and the only thing that you could find is just, instead of like actually taking the movie and then cutting it, you just Googled a GIF and then pasted it into your video? Like, Jesus Christ, my guy.
Listen, Twilight, ChatGPT was kind of slow that day. Okay, so he had no other choice but to fetch these himself.
The best villainesses own their wickedness completely, unconstrained by tropes, stereotypes, or society's discomfort.
You cannot
Okay,
be
wait.
unconstrained from tropes. It is
That's not how that
impossible.
works.
That's not how that works.
That's not how any of this works.
And
I feel like
think
I'm
about
going-
stereotypes. Either you are the stereotype or you are departing from the stereotype. A stereotype
Which in
is
of
just
itself
a
becomes a
trope in and of
stereotype.
itself. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's
Either you are A or you are not A. There is no in between. There is no difference.
How do you somehow make a binary more painful? This is worse than how Ren described Aura. I'm having like even more of a brain aneurysm. You got says, how many examples does it stop being a rarity? I don't know. What about the villain from fucking Sky High?
He pointed out. That one's an unrepentant villain. Yeah, 110%.
And she was hot.
Actually, yeah, like
I think.
yeah, and actually, yeah, she was kind of hot, you know.
I
Even
don't
in the
actually get the
kinda
point
way.
of this video, because he's basically saying that there is only one way to properly create a female character, and that is if you remove femininity from them.
Sky
my
High, you mean the
fucking
superior
God.
MHA?
This
Brandito, I will fight you. I love Sky High.
This goes back to what I said. This goes back to what I said. This video, this is the most sexist video, ironically, that we have
Sky High
ever
being
watched.
Sky High being superior to MHA? No, man.
No. I mean,
I love Sky High. It is incredibly silly. It is a fun time, but there is nothing deep about Sky High.
Yeah, MHA has a lot more commentary.
It is like Sky High is incredibly cartoonish, and it is okay to be cartoonish, but that doesn't make it inherently better than an 8-season long show about a lot of deep societal things.
JG says, "Hi, long-time lurker here. Just want to say how much I enjoy this podcast, even if it's mostly VODs. I wish I was better interacting with online communities, as yours seems kind of nice and chill. Or so nice and chill. Well, thank you. I'm so glad everything seems
thanks
nice and
a
chill.
lot. Yeah,
it doesn't always feel like it. Sometimes there's always the little harebrained stuff going on, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, my thing is, man, don't worry about, not necessarily being like super active in these things. If you ever feel like you want to join in, hop in, but your support is good enough however you feel like it, as long as you're comfortable with it.
But MHA doesn't have Bruce Campbell. You've been debunked. Oh, okay. Well, okay. All right. Now hear me out. Netflix's MHA just got the green light. We could see Bruce Campbell in MHA.
Shit, true.
Then he'll be unstoppable.
Yeah. Then MHA, you can't win. That's good. If you were to cast Bruce Campbell as a character in MHA, my gut says All Might, but that might just be that might be quick on the draw.
Maybe
he could play a good snipe.
Yeah.
They give Snipe a shotgun, it would be even funnier.
That would be pretty fun.
Brandito says, I've never seen season 1 of MHA, but I'd rather watch Sky High. Okay, but like that doesn't make it inherently superior or inferior one way or the other. That's just you choosing to be ignorant about one of it because you like the other.
You mean Kurt Russell? No, it also has Kurt Russell. It has both. In fact, I want Kurt Russell in MHA too.
100%.
I want Kurt Russell in everything. I love Kurt Russell.
That brings up a good question. Would Snipe's quirk work with a shotgun? Like, can he redirect multiple bullets at once?
Bruce Campbell is present, Mike.
You can't assume that we know these things, my guy.
Bruce Campbell is present, Mike. I could see it. I could see Mitsuzachi.
Yeah, I could see that.
With powerful women who choose darkness. Great stories have great villains.
Darkness.
It's about time we let women be gloriously, unforgettably evil. And if you want to learn how to do it right, how to build a villain reveal that actually lands regardless of their gender, check out our video on how to foreshadow a twist villain. Because the best villains don't just surprise you, they make you say, oh, of course.
Wow. What a
Well, of course this video was fucking terrible.
Holy shit, what a useless video.
Guys, this video is proof that the patriarchy has won.
Is this the worst video we've watched at this point?
In terms of being like absolutely fucking worthless and not having any kind of like decent stance on anything, yeah, probably.
I think it's pretty up there. Like it's hard to think about like all of the different videos that we've watched in sequential order.
It's all
because like we've had the Synthetic Man video. That one was pretty bad. We had the MHA is sexist video. That was pretty bad. And then we have this video, and that's pretty bad.
Yes,
it's hard to quantify after a while.
But Twilight, at least we know what positions those videos were taking. And sure, there were contradictions in those positions, but at least they're consistent.
That is true.
Guy just doesn't have anything going on.
No. I figured it out.
Thing that keeps it. Oh.
I had figured it out. His whole thing was female villains are bad when they have femininity attached to them. You have to remove the feminine aspect of female villains, and then they're allowed to be good.
Which is so ironic, because that's sort of the attitude that a lot of writers have taken, a lot of like, modern female characters, not just villains. You know, they just basically remove any of the feminine aspects of them.
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
hyperfixate on doing that instead of making them compelling characters, whether they or not they are feminine at all. It's such a corporate. This is the most corpo brain video, actually.
No, I literally say this so often, and I again, going back to the conversation that I had with Tatiana just like yesterday, was it? That female characters aren't allowed to be feminine. That femininity is inherently the problem to a lot of people, and that in order for a female character to be beloved, to be respected in larger society, they have to be masculinized. They have to be muscular. They have to be action heroes. They have to be the one to save the day. If you take a female character and have them be soft, to have them be the healer, to have them be supporting another character, to have them be what is traditionally seen as fairly feminine traits and aspects, that there is something wrong with them. There is something inherently inferior about them, simply because these are what are considered feminine traits. It is femininity that people have a problem with, but femininity is inherently tied to female characters. That is what makes them female characters. So it is still just as sexist. It is just that there is a blanketing of the sexism there by not saying that female characters are bad, just female traits.
Guys,
yeah,
Chris Pratt as Deku. There you go. You're welcome.
Oh my god. But yeah, like, these people don't care about the actual merits of the characters that they want to be represented, you know, in the stories that they watch. All it is either some kind of weird social political battle, or for them to just be annoyed about like tropes being overused that they had every chance to not watch when they were younger but chose to watch anyway because they're just too stupid to know how remote works, I guess. It's so freaking weird how often it happens. But hey, I guess you could say this is the final form of the shit, where you just have a noose around your neck to the point where it's not a horseshoe anymore.
Sky says, maybe being a housewife, which doesn't mean they have to be boring or badly written. I've seen Yuri couples where one wants to be a housewife and is okay doing that with a girl. So, but then you fall into the apparently bad trope of having a masculine Yuri member of the couple and a feminine member of the Yuri couple. And that's what people complain about then.
Yeah, at a certain point, you just gotta stop giving a fucking shit.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at. I'm like,
anything.
fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want because I like it. That's where I'm at.
Like,
I mean, it's one of the things that I've noticed about yaoi is that it is just a heterosexual couple, but you take the woman out of it. You just put the man into a female role,
and then you get him pregnant, so we make a verse.
Yeah. So it is just a heterosexual couple, but then you take, because you hate women, you take the female aspect out of it. That's all that yaoi is at the end of the day.
All right. Well, let us wrap up. I haven't felt this drain from a fucking... We did 2 back-to-back, like, 6-hour streams this last 2 weeks, and this one, which ran us, what, like, almost 4 hours? I feel the most exhausted from.
Yeah.
I've never... This is one of those rare instances of a fucking video that's, like, the video version of a brain blender. Oh.
Yeah, this... Listen... I feel like this is the first video where it's actually viable to use as a torture method.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I agree. This is torture.
If this guy's other videos is anything like this, holy shit.
You know, we're gonna have to cover them one day. You know, maybe for the anniversary. Maybe we'll come back to this on the anniversary stream, and we can add it. We can have it in the list of what are the worst video.
We can watch the follow-up we can watch the follow-up video where it's talk about how to write good female villains. Apparently,
We can make a tier list at the end of the year of all of the videos that we've covered so far from
Oh
8
yeah,
to
no, I plan to
Yeah.
like I like the idea of making a bunch of like everyone gets to vote on different like aspects of our streams. Like what we did it last time. What would you like to see more?
yeah,
of?
we
That
did
sort
that
of
last
thing.
time.
And I
Yeah.
totally want to rank all the videos we covered. I want to see people do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that we have that out of the way, anything either of you want to announce?
Again, Sunday on the Kaiser Shonen channel, we are going to be having a stream reacting to the Maka versus Ruby death battle.
Oh, did you choose a thumbnail?
Oh yeah, I chose the third one that you made.
The one with the T.
Yes, the one with Ruby drinking tea.
And okay, if you didn't notice the other thing about it, I'll let you discover that.
I mean, wait. I mean,
there's
I was
some green in that.
Yeah, look for the green.
I'll say that.
Sorry, I
Wait,
wanted to get a
what?
meme image for both Maka and Ruby. Anyway,
okay. I'll figure that out, I guess. But like,
but yeah, anything I didn't mean
yeah,
to
I mean,
steamroll
two
you.
of
Anything
this
else?
Sunday.
Is that it? And he froze.
Oh no. The only thing I will say is I still have 4.5 hours to edit. I can't do anything.
Okay. I've got Bad Fan Fiction this Friday. We've got The Hunger of Mahar Voln this Saturday. Look forward to that. And unfortunately, episode 11 of Fixing Ruby not coming out this week. I've got a re-upload of episode 7, so I would hope you guys all turn out for that. I want to make sure that we try and recreate some of the magic of the live chat just a little bit. But unfortunately, the copyright battle, I lost it for episode 7, and I might not win for episode 8, which is looking less and less likely, which is just annoying to me. Episode 11 will air next week, promise. But yes, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a fun time, and we'll catch you all on the flip side.